I saw Shogun's 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. Chiz told me because I was recommending it to him. After we finish this show, I'm going to watch the original show and then read the book. I guess I'll do it complete ass backwards order. I'm told I think it's 1986 was the original show, which is very closely follows the book as well, and is filmed in Japan. I'm told it's a masterpiece. That it's very good, but it's 1986 TV, so we'll see.
I usually don't like old stuff. Like I find that entertainment's gotten better and better, and you can either see people who are sort of like sincere in the real them on YouTube, or deeper dives. TV shows from a long time ago sucked. It was all surface level shit where you could watch the episodes out of order. Now they tell deep stories that are better than movies, and movies are almost the surface level thing where you only spend 90 to 120 minutes investigating a topic.
Yep. I agree completely. And the perfect in the middle is that 6 or 8 episode standalone miniseries when the creators wipe their fucking hands and go, no, that
Band
was
of Brothers.
We did our thing. There it is. Enjoy. Chernobyl, Band of Brothers, and I think we're going to say Shogun by the time this is over. I think it's going to be one of those as well.
I like Shogun. It's not syncing with me quite as well as it did with you guys. Yeah, I do like it.
I love that last episode too. It's so.
I watched it.
All right, can we do some spoilers on that? Do. And the most recent Shogun, our Englishman has been given like a fucking house of his own, and he's got this super awkward scenario where they like gave him his own wife, and like, but he's also got a lady servant, and the emperor guy Toranaga gives him this pheasant that he has caught with his falcon, and he's like, a wonderful gift from Lord Toranaga. We will make a wonderful stew with this later. And he like hangs it up, and he's like, no one touch this. And his Japanese is bad. He's trying to explain to him that it needs to sit there and like rot for a few days. This apparently is some sort of 1600s British thing that they do with fowl, as they allow it to rot perhaps before they cook it. And in weird Japanese to English, the lady goes, "Oh, won't it smell very bad?" He's like, "Oh yes, the smell will be almost intolerable." Terrible stench. And she's like, "Oh, why?" And he's like, "Oh, no one touch. Forbidden. Death. And like
he's like, touch, die, or something like that.
Like that's all he's got. That's all the Japanese he's got. And so the episode plays out. Well, like, god damn, if this thing isn't stinking up not just their house and their backyard, but like the village is complaining. So because their society's so goddamn rigid, the gardener, who's been a little sick lately, goes, "I'll take the L, folks." And he takes down the bird and like buries it or whatever. And then they execute him. They execute the poor old gardener. And so like our white dude shows back up from a rough day, mind you. And he's just like, "What's going on? Why is everybody fucking teary-eyed and shit? Who died?" And she's like, "Oh." She like gestures toward where the fowl had been hung, and there's an empty noose thing there where the pheasant had been hung. And he's like, "Oh, the bird's gone. Oh, it smelled terrible, didn't it? Who did it? Who took the bird?" "Urinaga took a bird." "Oh, did he? That old rapscallion. Can't believe he was able to get up there. Where is he? Fetch him for me." He just wants to like talk to him because he's been shooting the shit with the gardener, about the pebble guard and how they all need a good rock. Sweet old man. She's like, "Oh, he was put to death." He's like, "You killed that old man over a bird that I didn't even care about." And she's like, "You said death."
Yeah.
"You said death." And then she's like, gestures toward his swords, and she's like, "Kill me. Kill me. Take my life." And he's just like, "Where the fuck am I?
You people are insane."
Yeah.
And you're with him so much in that moment where you're like, I'm so glad he's saying it. I'm so glad he's not just like, "Well, this is the Eastern version of our feudal system." He's like, "What the fuck do you mean cut your head off, bitch? Like, answer for your, what do you mean? No, I'm not gonna cut your head off with your daddy's fucking sword." Jesus, what is this place? And he even tells her later on, he's like, you're just a prisoner to this rigid system of nonsense that matters to no one. Like, you suffer for this person who doesn't care, and you suffer for that person who doesn't care. When do you live for you? When is your life yours? And she's just like, "Oh, I don't know what to talk to you anymore, Aru," or whatever the fuck. It's really frustrating. Yeah, it's pretty much what she said. She's very attractive, by the way.
I spent
Not-
all of like 90 seconds being like, what the fuck? British people were eating rotten pheasant? And
Were they?
No, it doesn't seem so. At least nothing came up when I searched that. And then I was like, why? Like, why would that be the mechanism they used in the show to like show the harshness of the gardener dying? That was just weird. Because like anyone who's eating rotten bird is going to be very ill. Like you don't get an immunity.
Maybe he was going to
that.
cook it. I don't even know. I thought that they were eating the stew when they had dinner that night. They had the most awkward dinner ever. So this is my favorite scene thus far in the whole series has to be our English main character is hosting dinner, and his guests are the woman they're forcing to be his wife, the woman who is his translator, who he just slept with because she thought her husband had died in battle, and surprise, surprise, her husband. So they're all four sitting around the floor. They don't have Japanese style, and he is serving them an English rabbit stew that he has made, and they are all so close to vomiting. But they're trying to be so polite. And after the dinner's over, she tells the servant, "Throw that stew into the sea." I love that shit. I loved the drinking part, the whole thing. The weird culture shock every episode is fun to me. I like that. Like he asks for a wart. He's like, have him tell me about how he escaped the great battle in the city. And as a viewer, I'm wondering, how did he? Last time I saw this guy, he was surrounded by swordsmen, being backed into a flaming home of some kind. Like it looked bad for him. And now here he is. No, not a scratch. How'd you do that? And they're like, oh, he must come from a culture where bragging about one's deeds is much more acceptable. And it's like, yeah, he does. Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm more asking for an explanation than bragging.
Yeah, like tell me the story.
I hope we get that story. I would really like to hear what happened off camera.
Sure. Oh, that guy, undoubtedly that guy is like a double agent out, now right? Who was allowed to live because of that.
Oh,
I don't think so,
but it's a good theory. I think Kyle's right. I think that
he's ashamed.
Listen, the nature of escaping from a village of swordsmen by yourself, and I know we got some help along the way, but that's not a brave act. You are running, you are hiding, you are covering yourself. You're Rambo in the woods, traps and running, and like,
you might kill a kid before he could warn someone. He did something he's ashamed of.
There's no way he 1v90'd the village, with the sword. So I really want to hear what happened, and I hope I hear the truth of it, because I just keep repeating myself now. There's no way that you escape from a village of people trying to kill you
in a brave way.
It's pretty shady.
In a brave way, better phrased.
Yeah, he didn't hack his way through those swordsmen. He fled, which seemed to be what he was avoiding by facing them to begin with anyway. So it's that society is so alien to me. It almost seems like an episode of Star Trek. There's an episode of Star Trek. I won't waste too much time on this, but they go down to a planet. They start playing ball. The kid goes for a long one and dives, and he falls on these enclosure with plants in it, flowers and shit, crushes it, breaks it. But on that planet, every crime, the punishment is death. And he trespassed and destroyed property. So it's death. And it's like, whoa, come on. That's so alien. I can't even get on board with this. But this Japanese feudal shit is kind of close to that. I feel like if you were to fall into the emperor's garden and mess his pebbles up, damn, dude.
I honestly thought you were talking about Shogun when you said every penalty is death. I'm like, yeah. Touching a pheasant, speaking when you're not spoken to. Like, there's some petty shit that they'll kill you over.
There's no way it could have been that bad. They wouldn't have any people left.
That's where I am. Like, dude, making a useful human takes like 24 years. Like, you can't just throw that away all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know much about that.
You got to spice it up, Hollywood.
I think they did it though. It feels really authentic. I was so glad last week when I was proven right and that fucking boat was real. Hutch was like, no, that's CGI boat. Woody's like, yeah, it can't be real.
No. I don't think I weighed in. I don't.
Yeah, but I'm going to throw you in there anyway.
Okay.
If all of us were going, you're a fool. You're a fool. And Kyle
you don't know anything about
wait and hear me out. And we shouted him down.
I'm not sure I had seen the show at that point.
I don't think so.
The most recent thing I'm watching is Rome. I just finished it. It's a real pity that show got canceled because
Would you
tell
recommend it? I have it on my list.
It's good.
I definitely recommend it. So it's 2 seasons. You'll tell that things advance quickly. So we'll talk a lot. We'll have Julius Caesar and Caesar Octavian, and everyone's in a room. We're talking about the war. Oh, big war with Egypt coming up. And then they're like, all right, let's fucking get them. And then the next scene, the ships of Egypt are burning in the ocean. And it's like, war over, bitches. Now it's time to divvy up Egypt. Like stuff like that'll happen. So they'll
sex and violence, right? Lots of it.
So much torture, violence, and nudity. And I wouldn't say the fight scenes are particularly good. They're just okay. But I really like the characters, and it's an accurate telling of like what Roman life was like. Like when you see the interiors of the houses, apparently, the way the streets look, especially the way they dress is true to form historically. And while the characters are doing silly things, they're doing the broad points are all historically very much true. Like, yes, Caesar did stay in Gaul until 67. And then he came down into the peninsula and this happened on this year. And yes, Caesar Octavian was the one who was part of the triumvirate with Mark Antony and et cetera, et cetera. Like that's all accurate. But the characters of Polo and Lucius Varenus are real people with fictional stories that are fun to follow along. Polo is like the big brute of a guy that you always want there if someone needs a killing. It's there's characters like that in lots of shows. I really like the guy in The Expanse. He's short, but he's real fucking ripped. He's the psychopath on the and if you're in trouble, if there's a scary man around, it's like, oh, don't worry, he's here. Don't worry, we got the scary guy now. He's our
scared of
guy.
you. This guy's scary.
Polo is so scary. I'll just spoil a tiny part. You won't know when it's coming probably, but he has an interaction with a guy, and the guy's like, "We don't have to fight here today. No one has to die, Polo." And Polo goes, "You're right." And they shake hands, and Polo headbutts him and then grabs him and pries his mouth apart with both his hands, bites the man's tongue out in front of all of his men, spits it at him, and then charges into them with his sword, and all of his men follow in behind him, while the main guy lays there choking on his blood because he just got his tongue bitten out. It was so awful.
Oh, shit.
I was just like, that's the most hardcore thing I've seen in a minute. That was pretty rough. And then later on, I
forgot about that scene.
Some other characters asking him because they're catching up. Been years since they've seen each other. Hey, what happened? Well, we had a big fight. Yeah, what happened? Well, I pretended like I was going to agree, and then I headbutted him and bit his tongue out. And I goes, "You bit his tongue out?" "Sure did. Tasted like chicken." And they laugh about it. It's great. I love that.
It'd be hard to bite my tongue out. I feel like I'd pull it in.
Well, yeah, I feel he's really getting in there. Like he gets up, one hand on the bottom teeth and one hand on the top teeth and pries the guy. And he also is a bit concussed from the headbutt, so he gets in there. It doesn't seem like the first time
he wouldn't have tried that shit with Taylor. He wouldn't have lost the headbutt battle and then tried to pry his jaw open. Good luck with that.
Oh, I'd have gotten fucking 8 fingers as a snack.
Just spitting fingertips at
who
him.
You're fucking with.
Just would have destroyed it.
The whole trend of people being the girls ask their boyfriends, "How often do you think about the Roman Empire?" And
yes,
they're like, "I don't know, like a couple times a week, maybe." But what you just mentioned, like the Romans conquered all of the Germanic Celtic people, all of Gaul, which was Eastern Europe. Like they conquered or Western Europe. They conquered all of that, and those were those people. I don't know how long that campaign went on for, but they were just. It's some of the things the Romans did are so wild. They just went to the other side of the world with tens of thousands of men. They bring like 80,000 soldiers and go conquer a continent and then build a road back and start taxing and shipping the gold home. And they just kept doing that until they owned so much of the world. It was So I guess I think about the most Empire a couple times a week.
Yeah, at least a couple times a week. It's the coolest empire ever.
I should think about Rome more because I don't know anything.
Yeah, Rome is so cool. 117. That's the peak of their expansion, I believe, right?
Like obviously, I'm the least knowledgeable geography wise, but I know that's fucking England up there in the top left.
Yeah.
That's,
Looks like they've got
that's a huge-
Babylon and Britain. That's a big
I-
span. And unlike that nonsense where they're like, look at Genghis Khan's empire. It's like, you mean just a trail with burnt villages and no infrastructure and no
Mm.
Well, I don't know
production
about that, but
and a bunch
This
of
was
like
this was a
this was
machine
an,
though that
this
they
was
had.
an empire. Like
Every one of those provinces is shipping gold by road and ship back to Rome. It's a machine. It was, and it's. I really like anything about Rome. I wish there was a. It's a shame that that TV show failed.
they should do more Rome historical shows. Those would slay.
There's a
with
really good one on
popularity.
Netflix. There's a really good like Rome multi-episode, like the history of Rome. It's very
Spartacus.
good. Spartacus
Yeah,
is
but-
good. I mean, it is fairly
There's probably
historical.
better
It
stuff
happened.
on YouTube.
Wait. You said Spartacus was good. Did you watch it to the end?
I watched one.
Disregard that.
Look,
The last
again, I'm good at
Dismiss
reading
this.
books by covers. I could tell that I didn't want to watch that new guy, so I watched the first season, then the second season, which is like the prequel. And I
Mhm.
disengaged because I knew it wasn't going to be good from there. I could tell, I could see it.
Yeah,
The
then that
writing
guy
was on the
died.
wall. The man
It-
died.
Mhm.
It ended really bad. Like, and the fight scenes that you like, I enjoyed the fight scenes in the beginning. It was a different way to do videography around a fight. By the end, they just took it. It was like, all right, there's trouble, and they all start moving in slow mo with blood splatters on the screen, and it got super bad.
Yeah, it's but for anyone who wants
Mm.
to see like another titty period piece, my goodness, seasons 1 and 2 of Spartacus, you'll never see as much cock and titty in a regular TV show ever. I think Showtime made it. Real good show, but
Maybe. It's got Cinemax vibes.
yeah, it's got
Good.
I'm spacing out her name, but fucking Xena is in there topless.
Lucy
which is-
Lawless, am I
Lucy
right?
Lawless, New Zealand
Okay.
actress. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
that sucks. He died at 39 from cancer.
I
Ugh.
thought it was the one of the lymphomas.
Non-Hodgkin lymphoma.
Yeah, that's the bad one, I guess.
I mean, they're both probably bad.
You don't even mind the other kind. You're just like, do I have that too?
Do I have that too? Is that your response to it? Oh, rats! I've got lymphoma.
Not again.
It's gonna ruin my
I
weekend.
have seasonal lymphoma.
Seasonal lymphoma.
It really flares up around the
I have
springtime.
seasonal affective lymphoma. I get in a bad mood and die.
No, that guy was pretty cool. I don't recall his name. I do remember though
Andy
that
Whitfield.
at the height of that show, I was Spartacus is a great show, and then he was in a Freddie W video, which is really cool. And then he died like soon thereafter. It felt like. So as soon as I kind of became interested in him and wanted to watch more of his shit, he literally died. 11/22/63.
The show.
He weaponizes autism too. I just want to. Kyle has his own lane where of things that he's very good at. Anyway,
Absolutely.
yeah, that thing set up a universe that was super fascinating, but then there were other parts of it that I don't know.
You didn't like the love story, and I found it so endearing.
Is that
It was the love
right?
story.
Oh yeah.
So it's the story of essentially like I'll skip over most of it just to get to the point. It's a time traveler who's trying to prevent the Kennedy assassination, but he's not able to go to like the day before. He has to go to like 6 years before and live for 6 years in the 60s. And so while he's back there, he finances himself by continuing to teach school as he did in modern times, as well as do the whole Marty McFly thing and use his sports almanac to gamble a bit and keep himself afloat. Well, he falls in love while he's back there, and it's this beautiful love story with this damaged woman who has like her own baggage, and you come to like care as much about how his love story with her is going to end up as you do about whether or not he's going to save John F. Kennedy. You really do. You're like, fuck Kennedy. It's all about the girl. You know, like
80% of this
from-
book is not about what the book is about. Right? That's
Oh.
another way to view it. 80% of this book is about this guy's relationship with this woman's relationship with her ex-husband, the like neighbors figuring out where he comes from, whether or not his betting is going to be approved or disapproved by the loan sharks or something like that. Like you really want to know what happens if Kennedy survives, what this alternative timeline is like. That's what they set up there's the rules of time travel in this universe are that like he walks through this door and he enters this time. I don't think he can choose the time, but he walks in there. It's a couple years
It's
before.
the same it's always the same. He has a portal to a specific day.
Yeah.
I think it's 61 or 62.
And he can like save someone's life, but then if he walks back through that portal, it's undone, right? So or better yet, if you walk through it a second time, it's undone. So I go
That's
in,
what it is.
I save a life, and I go back, and it's cool. If I go in again, like to save a second life, no. You've reset to the original. You have to save both if you want that to be the case.
So does he eventually have to like save his girl, but it will kill Kennedy or something?
If I recall correctly, he saves Kennedy. And he's got the girl, maybe, but saving Kennedy turns out to be a mistake. It was terrible for humanity, not wonderful like he thought. So he has to walk back through.
He has to kill Kennedy.
Yeah, he saves Kennedy, loses the girl in the process. She dies in his arms. And
right.
And when he goes back to see what, came of it, it turned out that changing time not only created a lesser timeline, but it also like sort of fractured reality in a way. So that the future is not only it's not just that like, oh, Kennedy lived, so Vietnam actually got real bad, and like we never like the Cold War never ended. Like I think those things were true, but also like now we live in like 100 years of darkness, and there are like earthquakes all the time because reality is kind of tearing itself apart. Like he damaged space time, and
So
like
mission failed.
And so then he's like, maybe I just go back. And then he has this one. Well, all he has to do is like go back in.
This is how I would write this show.
See, all he has to do is go back in and then walk back out, and it rinses away everything he did the first time. Everything he did. And he has this one thought of like,
redo it.
Yeah.
He even considers like, maybe I'll go back and try to like have that relationship again. But then he's just like, shit, I'm 10 years older now. Like I was already 10 years her senior. Now I'm 20 years older. Like this isn't going to work.
Oh, he doesn't bounce back with any age stuff.
He's aging while he's in there. Yeah. So
what year is he coming from?
He's coming from like modern day. Like for when the book was written was probably like late 90s, early 2000s, something like that.
After Kennedy didn't die, it got terrible fast. But not so much because of Kennedy, more because the guy who made the time machine fucked up.
It was more because altering time is just a no-go. It damaged the universe in some way. Like I said, there are like earthquakes all over the world, like terrible earthquakes all the time, and the sky is darkness, and there are lightning storms, and like the streets are full of like roaming hoodlums doing violence.
Bothered me a lot. Like if he really focused on, hey, here's an alternative timeline where without Kennedy's death, people didn't get motivated to fight the Red Army. People didn't do this. People didn't do that. Vietnam played out in a different way. I think there maybe was no Vietnam. And then
I think that's the case. Yeah.
It turns out that Vietnam actually got America to move in the right direction for some later problem. So it sucked, but at least it was good in this other way. And like that, I would have really liked. But thunderstorms and earthquakes and volcanoes and shit like that, it's like this is just like a cop out.
Yeah, that's lost the plot.
Yeah,
like it should all be time related, not like, oh, the rift has caused geological and thermal disruption. It's like,
that's how he is with endings, man. They don't end the way you want. Like look, and then like
told him how to end it better.
And the sweetest part of the whole thing is once he gets back to modern times and he resets and we're back to square one, he decides to go to the woman he loved, to her, like to like look her up, and she's still alive, but she's very old.
Gross.
And he sort of sits in the audience while she's like receiving her lifetime achievement award for teaching, and it's this super sad moment where like he asks her if he can have a dance with her. She's like 80 and he's like 40, and they sort of have a slow dance at this big ball that's in her honor, and she's like, "You look very familiar. Did I teach you?
Did you pipe me down about 60 years ago?"
And because like she, because like he's reset the timeline. She's never met him before, but there's some sort of residual sort of
Shadow.
thing there. Yeah, there's some shadow of reality that's happening there, and it's this really sad, tender moment that's beautiful. But then, like you said, the earthquakes and volcanoes and stuff was just kind of a cop out, kind of lame. Didn't care for it. I wish it had just been, oh, this timeline sucks. That would have been plenty for me. But I think they really had to hammer home that like there's no way he can go back and fix anything, and also like maybe going back and just like being with this woman would ruin reality. I think they had to like make that clear for the character so he wouldn't go back and do anything
That's
else.
the same one where he saved a person's life, right? And he had to
saved a lot
battle
of people, yeah.
diarrhea.
Yeah. Like the thing about going back and changing the past is, as the book puts it, time is trying to stop you. And the bigger the thing you want to change is, the harder time tries. So if you're just trying to, I don't know, like buy some meat in the past and bring it to the forward time to save some money on ground beef, which is what the original.
That's where you're an example of time traveling.
It's an example from the book.
Me? Oh, okay.
It's an example straight from the book, because the time
What
machine.
fucking loser. Who would do that?
Well,
deli
the owner
owner.
of a restaurant would. See, the time machine is in the bottom of
Why
a
would
restaurant.
you own a time machine? Get out of the restaurant business, moron. What is wrong with you? You fucking retard. Oh, how are we going to save money on cabbage? Our overhead's out. You have a fucking time machine, you idiot. You have a fucking time. How about you go back and you invest in something and you can have all the meat you want? You can buy a farm back then and be Tyson.
Well, instead, he goes back and buys hamburger meat for 10 cents.
I hate that.
So he can sell super cheap hamburgers.
He does that.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah, he sells really high quality, great burgers, and the prices never go up.
Oh man, what's this guy's secret? And he's got a undulating.
Dude, they spend 20 minutes on the fact that his restaurant is fantastic.
I love
the
it.
prices are
Yeah,
low.
we gotta go back in time and sell this meat that we bought cheap before it goes bad.
Yeah, just wasting money powering up this time machine. Does
But
he do anything fun with the time machine? Like a good
yeah,
idea?
yeah. I mean, like he, for a while, he does a few short trips, like back and forth.
Meat related.
Saving lives. No, saving lives. You know, like he wants to know, like, if you can change big things, right? Can you? So they sort of look
There might have
up.
been a girl that got paralyzed from a gunshot. Does that sound right?
There you go. Yeah, there was someone who got paralyzed in a hunting accident. So he makes sure that he's there to distract the guy who fired the shot.
Mhm.
So like, you know, he makes sure he's there, and he keeps that guy away from hunting that day so that he cannot paralyze this young woman. And then he goes back and he looks up, you know, newspaper article, and he sees she's got a bright future, and like now she's been able to get married and have
woman
children.
who isn't paralyzed, bright future ahead.
Well, you know, he's able, you know, you're able to look up to see like what
He
people
sees
are up to.
He's able to
He
see
looks her
what-
up on Facebook and just sees what's
Local
going on.
walker enjoys the movement. Sometimes just gonna get up and move your legs. You know, I love jogging. Oh, if I couldn't walk, I'd kill myself. Oh, yeah. Is it like the trade-off timeline where, like, because she was prevented from being paralyzed, somebody else had to get shot?
No,
Oh.
no, it's not. But
there
what would
is-
happen is, while he's trying to change the time, the bigger the thing you're trying to change is, like I was saying before, like if you're just trying to go get some meat, time doesn't really fuck with you. But if you're
Yeah.
trying to save a life, or
trees
when he
are
was trying to
falling in
save
front of
the
your
person,
car, stuff like that.
yeah, trees will fall in front of the car. Your battery would just be dead that day. You get explosive diarrhea. Like that's
Mhm.
literally a thing. Like he was trying to save the woman who got paralyzed. It was kind of hard. Like 3 or 4 things popped up at the last second. To save a life, a bunch of shit started popping up. And then he tries to save a whole family. Like he
Mhm.
tries to save a whole family from a disaster. And
Murder?
everything's going wrong. Murder. Yeah,
Yeah.
he tries to intercede on a like a family murder. And he's getting he has to wear diapers. He's shitting himself to the
Dude.
point where he goes and gets diapers. I've been watching that old show Marco Polo. It's from 10 years ago on Netflix. I'll tell you how I knew it was going to be good, Taylor. As soon as it comes on, opening credits, a Weinstein Company production. Every chick in this show, a smoke show Asian. They have so many titties. I would say 180 titties so far. And I just finished season 1. I don't know how many pussies. You see full pussy buttholes. I saw a butthole, Taylor. Cock everywhere. Just
Was this before they got rid of only dick nudity?
Oh,
Yes.
this is yes. 10 years ago. This
All right,
is
they got rid of
this
non.
is in that they've got that full Game of Thrones energy. They're throwing the twat right at you, left and right. They have a whole scene that's like they're picking the new concubines for Kublai Khan, the Khan of Khans. And they've got like 2 rows of women, like military, like standing there buck naked. And they're just walking past them like, pretty good. Oh, very nice. We'll have a contest now to see which one of you can make this hot chick come the hardest. And so they have a contest to see which one of the there's like 40 new hot women slaves. And they all are going to try to make this other hot woman just come while some other people watch to judge on her pleasuring skills to see if she can be the Khan's newest.
That rules.
concubine.
Just Marco Polo's watching. He's like, hell yeah. After this, tomorrow I got to discover Brazil, but tonight I'm watching.
Did you make it to episode 2,
banging.
Kyle?
I've made it all the way through season 1. Yeah.
Because I Googled it to do my research. And in episode 2, there's this woman smoke show doing the kata, like practicing her karate moves. And she gets attacked by a team of ninjas. And she beats them all buck naked.
Yes.
Stealing their what is a pole with a knife on the end called?
I'm gonna call it
A halberd. A halberd. Right?
That's what a halberd
yeah, but it's
is.
the Japanese version. It's interesting. I know the scene you're talking about. So I like the show. It's good. The downsides of the show, it reminds me a lot of Shogun and a little bit of like Kingdom of Heaven. There's a lot of court intrigue. Basically, Kublai Khan, the Khan of Khans, he's Genghis Khan's grandson, is trying to conquer China. And Marco Polo is his European round eye, who he's like he's very interested in him because he speaks all these languages and he's almost a poet in the way he describes things that he sees. The Khan immediately recognized how perceptive and intelligent that Marco is, and so when he needs somebody to go look at something, he'll say, Marco, you go too, and come back and tell me what you see. And he'll always be more intuitive. He'll see things that the Khan's men won't see. But mixed in with that is a little bit of that fucking kung fu bullshit that you roll your eyes at. You just got to get over that. There's some kung fu. There's some like, like one of the main bad guy. They call him the Cricket Emperor or something like that because he studies mantids all the time. He's always talking about his mantises, and he watches them like fight, and him and his buddy fight mantises together, and he fights in mantis style. So you get past that silliness, and the rest of it's pretty cool. Because
does he ever get like his ass kicked because he's trying to do like mantis style, and someone else has a sword?
It's the opposite. He's like such a badass that he's like, "Who is your champion?" And they're like, "Fucking Boagrius," and they bring out like Japanese Boagrius, and he cripples him with his mantis style and breaks his neck in front of the whole army, like doesn't break a sweat. So you immediately realize he's a bad guy. Okay. He also forcibly binds a little girl's feet, like Chinese foot binding where they like break their feet.
They love that. Yeah.
He like does it to like make the mother do things for him. So lots of evil bad guys. And then the Mongolians are just awesome. Like it's fun to watch the Mongolians do their thing. Cause they're warlords who are just brutal and awful. It's a good show.
Kung fu movies as a child, and you know how kids are like, man, whatever quicksand is going to be a big problem for me growing up. I need to learn how to identify this. I remember going through the thought exercise of like, what should I learn? Should it mantis style, tiger style, drunken style? What kind of kung fu artist do I want to be when I grow up? I didn't pick any.
And then it turns out it's like, oh, this is all silly nonsense.
I did study kung fu once, but it was silly nonsense.
I think that the guy's Marco Polo is being taught kung fu, and the guy, I think the guy, I don't know if this is even true.
Did they say his name right? Mr. Poro. Come here, we teach you mantis style.
It's good. I definitely highly recommend it. There's 2 seasons of it. They seem to be spending like $10 million an episode or something. It looks good. Like when they're riding horses, they're real horses. And when they're outside, they're really outside most of the time. It looks like they went to Mongolia to film.
Just 2 really unimpressive things you listed, though.
Really? Because
the horses are real and they're really outside.
That's a rare thing in modern like TV and film.
Maybe in
both
like
of those
Marvel
industries.
universe, but I feel like a lot of places they film outside.
Not giant scenes with hundreds of horsemen though. Like what?
Oh, so it's like
in
a big
Mongolian epic.
Rohan style fight. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Well,
Like-
they're just always outside on the Mongolian steppes, seemingly. Like it's endless sky. It's like Wyoming or something. Like the giant blue sky everywhere. I think that's the Mongolian like religion. They keep praising the blue sky above. Interesting thing about Genghis Khan and his descendants, they allowed all the religions. That keeps coming up over and over. Someone will be like, "You're fucking Christian friends," and he's like, "My grandmother was a Christian." What are you talking about? It's like there's like Jews and Hindus and Christians and Buddhists and Taoists all intermixing freely in the kingdom of the Khan.
Yes, we allow all different cultures in Mongolian Empire. That's how we know we will never in the future be laughed at as one of the shortest running empires in global history.
Was
and
it?
I'm also, Mongolian Empire didn't last long at all.
It was the biggest though in history.
Yeah, in the same way, like if I take a red flag and I like sprint past my neighborhood and plant it, I'm like, "Oh, this is all mine." Like, the people didn't even know I passed by.
I think they conquered China, and like Eurasia and
Northern
Russia.
China.
They conquered all of China, I think. I don't know. I'm in season. I'm just in season 2 though. Currently, we're in South. They're in South China in the like they own South China currently in the show. I think it was pretty
South
big empire.
China. Okay.
No, you're right. They did take all of China. Huge apologies to the Mongolian Empire. Huge
Genghis
apologies.
And Kublai Khan would be the one in particular to apologize to.
1206 to 1294 was their expansion era. And then when did it fall?
It probably
1368. And that was a nominal leader. Okay. So it still doesn't look like very long.
Of course.
That was the smallest one ever.
I hear every one of them.
No, you don't. I think you just guessed.
You didn't hear that.
He's looking at one long nail. He's like, "I have to take care of it."
I thought that one was going to be really quiet.
You just need to be like, cough while you snap it.
Dude, I always say that. Like, I see that in the movies. I'm watching the Marco Polo thing, and they catch this fucking ninja. They're torturing him. They like give him like a Joker smile, like cut his cheeks to the corner of his mouth. And he's like, "If you scream, you will only rip yourself more." And I'm thinking, like, dude, tell him who hired you. What are you doing? I'd have told him immediately as soon as they beat me up. Fucking Woody hired me, you know. Yeah,
Well,
you need
you
his
could lie.
address.
I mean, maybe tell a liar they can't find out.
If they find
His
out a
name's
lie, it's gonna be
Jeffrey
twice as bad.
Epstein, Jeffreyep.
I'm ratting everybody out. Every time I like hear about like our torture program, not even the like scary country's torture program, like ours, we are the scary country. It's like, man, I'd have told them whatever they wanted to know. About anybody, about y'all, my family, whatever. I'm not dealing with that. Yeah. I'll have one of those.
You'll have a harpoon. You'll have one of those like air shark knives because that's all you can have.
And Marco Polo, they just figured out how to make like these rudimentary hand cannons. So they're holding a pipe with like a smoldering ember that they stick to it and shoot porcelain shrapnel at people. Maybe I get one of those. Legally.
They're not to guns yet. They're still using fire lances.
That's what they're called. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. You get within 4 feet where stabbing might be better, and then you light it and you have a good time. I'm like 3 episodes into season 5 of Last Kingdom.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched an episode in the better part of a week. I am losing interest rapidly in that show because nothing that was really important last season or the season before is even like addressed now. It's just all of it is Uhtred doing the only accent by himself, demanding Bebbanburg be given to him for his sacrifice for England, even though many times I have decided to fuck England.
I am Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
You are now called Uhtred, Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Is the son of another Uhtred and another. But I am Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Uhtred, son of Uhtred of Bebbanburg.
My name is Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
And it's like,
That's a pretty good Uhtred of Bebbenberg. I'm gonna let you guys out there, the uninitiated, you people who don't watch this show. That's pretty good Uhtred.
pretty good. You'll notice who Uhtred is because he's the only guy that sounds like that. None of the other Vikings. The other Vikings are like, "Hey, Uhtred, where are we headed? We are headed down to Beppenberg." Just don't point it out. You want? Yeah, I need to do a little higher, but that's
no. It'd be up to Bebbenberg.
Up to Beppenberg. Yeah. We're still not at Beppenberg. I don't think we're ever gonna make it.
It's the last episode.
Of course. And like, it's almost like a video game where he'll be like, "This time I am not just fighting normal Vikings, I'm fighting Ugnar the Slayer." Yeah. And then he kills Ugnar the Slayer, and then Vlad the Impaler comes up and he's like, "This Vladimir the Impaler makes Ulag look like a bitch. I have no chance against him." And it's like, and how many times in that series can the King of England or wants to be England be like, "Uhtred betrayed me the last 3 out of the 5 times we've worked together. We got to use Uhtred as our messenger here." It's like, sir, I don't know if we should send someone who has a foot in both camps to be our emissary to the Viking lords. And he's like, "If you ask me another question, I'll have you beheaded. Uhtred is our friend this episode." And it's just back and fucking forth. And they still trust him. These fuckers in England deserve every bit that's coming to them. Like, he should have been excised a long time ago.
I'm glad it's over.
And the back rationalization of like, why can't we kill Uhtred? He's a danger to our society. And he's like, "Because we need men of action." Okay, you have a whole army, Lord, with many men who've committed many actions. He's like, no, we're not going to get ratings that way. Send this erratic loser.
And like, they can't even explain like what's so cool about Uhtred because he's not smart. And he seems like he's a good sword fighter. He's an okay leader, but he's terrible at making like big decisions, it seems like. And he's just retarded. Like, he's slow. Like he's easy to get one over on. He's almost never the guy who's like, those are the heroes that I like. I like the heroes that are like, got a little bit of trickery, sure. Well, he's not really a hero. He's just a really cool, sneaky character. But like, who was it's in the Odyssey. What's the king that's going back to his wife?
Odysseus,
when he's like dealing with the I like characters like that. That like most of the time he's not gonna like arm wrestle his problems into submission. He's gonna like think his way out of them. Like when he told the Cyclops his name was nobody.
Yeah, and that works, and it's a more endearing character. Whereas Uhtred, like I'm like getting frustrated at the show as I'm watching because it'll be like someone who's clearly Uhtred's enemy will be like, "Uhtred, you need to go to the northern land." He'll even talk like this and be like, "You must go to the northern lands and rescue your fair maiden." Dude. And he's like, "But to do that, I have to abandon England." And then he just pensive about that for 2 seconds. And then he just leaves, says "fuck you" to everyone he was previously loyal to, each time for a bitch. Every time. Just give up on the show, if I'm being honest, because you're not going to like.
No, Taylor, you're committed. Stupid. You need to know how it ends.
Here's what you really need to do. You need to pick up Vikings. Vikings is good.
Is that the silly one?
No. Just
the Norseman.
It's called Vikings. No like extra letters or add-ons or numbers or like sub.
Except all the I's are ones.
All the I's are one, and the part that says Kings is all bedazzled and shit. They're all black.
The S's are 5.
The Vikings, and it's the Vikings. It's all right. Anyway,
is this better than Last Kingdom?
This is infinitely better. Season 1 of that is legit, like almost as good as like Game of Thrones type stuff. It's excellent. It's very, very good TV.
I feel like I started this and maybe just forgot to keep watching, thinking that it was The Last Kingdom. I'll check it out. Vikings are a cool little genre.
That's the best Viking show.
Doesn't seem like it gets explored very often.
That's the best Viking show. I don't remember when it gets bad. I do remember when it gets bad. There's a particular character, and he dies, and then it's like, all right, you can stop watching now. They go on for 3 or 4 more seasons with like the sons of like the main characters from the initial. Yeah, but it doesn't work as well.
The only character that I absolutely love and empathize with fully on that show is the black guy who's jacked, the cop, who immediately sees through Dexter's shit.
Mhm.
Like everyone, like Dexter in like the first episode is like holding back laughs and actively dancing in like the nursery, a blood splattered nursery on like a Tuesday at 8 a.m. And everyone's like, Dexter, what are you deciphering from the blood? And that one black guy's like, get this fucking weirdo away from me. Dexter, I want this report by tomorrow, but you're a fucking creep, dude. Do you not realize everybody should? Am I alone here, guys? No one else is on my team. Everyone else is treating Dexter like a genius. He's like smirking, looking at beheaded children, or like he's like actively marveling with admiration in his eyes over like the precision of cuts to body parts of dead corpses. And the only guy who's on the ball is that jacked black guy who's like, Morgan, just give me the fucking report. If I come in here and you're hard looking at pictures of those body parts again, we're going to have a problem. And everyone else is just like, oh, Dexter.
I fucking hate Dokes.
Okay.
Surprise, motherfucker. I hate that guy. That guy, Dexter,
Dokes
owns him
rules
so hard. Dexter owns him so fucking hard. There's a scene
like
where they're in
4
Dexter's little
episodes
blood. They're in Dexter's little blood lab, and Dokes is like, I know the truth about you, Morgan. I know what's really going on. And Dexter's like, hands in his pockets. You can see the mask has completely come off, and he's giving him like the serial killer grin. He's like, well, here's the thing. You're never going to catch me. I'll always be one step ahead. No matter how hard you work, no matter how hard he's stepping closer, no matter how hard you try, for one reason alone, Dokes. And why is that, Morgan? He goes, because I own you. And he headbutts him in the nose so fucking hard it decks him. And then Dexter walks out quickly into the room with all the detectives casually, like nothing happened. And Dokes, of course, tackles him from behind. I'm gonna kill you, Morgan. I'm gonna kill you. And it's like, detective, give me your badge and gun. I don't want to hear it. You've assaulted Morgan. And it's like game over. And it's like, yeah, he does own him. That was such a slick move. I love that part.
Okay, well, that's definitely in the future. From what's happening now, but I'm not very invested. It was just, and that was a very good Dokes. That may be the best impression you've ever done. I really like that one. That was very close, but I like it. He immediately sees through Dexter's shit, and it's one of those things where it's like everybody, other than his sister, who's like lonely and afraid, and like she's going to see the best in him no matter what because she doesn't want to be alone in the world. But like everyone else, it's like this guy's a fucking creep.
I knew someone who fucked his sister.
She's a little odd looking.
Really? You know someone who had sex with her in real life?
Yeah, I think that she was
me.
cheating on her husband with like my friend's husband or something like. It's been a decade and 12 years or something, so I'm always fuzzy about the details. But something like that happened. There was infidelity that involved her and my friend. It was my girlfriend's friend that I was friends with. I went to high school with them. But anyway, that was a situation. I remember hearing about that. Dev is not attractive, though. She got them snaggle teeth. She's built like a 12-year-old boy. You know, she's just skinny as a rail. She's got no butt, no boobs. The least believable thing in all of Dexter is that she could successfully pose as a prostitute and capture anyone. All day she'd have just been standing there with her skinny ass. $5, anyone, please. The big
that's so I didn't think about that. There were some heavy hitters in her little squad of whores. No one would have been picking up Deb.
Bunch of curvaceous Cuban bitches over there, like, yeah, Poppy, you want some of this? And then there's Deborah Morgan over there, like double A cup and
Taylor,
an ass that can't
also
hold
find her
pants up.
unattractive?
I mean, I do not think she's particularly attractive. Yeah, I think there's something. She has a very long, what you'd call a horse face.
I thought she was pretty hot, and so one, of course, skinny girls don't turn me off, but two, there was like oh my god, this is so fucking gay. I'm about to say, there's like a relatable boyish quality to her.
Sometimes we've been doing this for over a decade, and you still surprise.
She's got this. She vibes
boyish and charming about it.
I think maybe what you're trying to say is she's got
no, let it under the record.
She has like
super long clit, like it's.
She has like a Huckleberry Finn-esque tomboy kind of appeal to her, where we could both. You could see her wearing maybe some overalls and hanging out by the creek, you know, that sort of thing.
Yes.
Not what
That
you
is what
said,
I'm-
though. That's real good.
Not what you said. Though.
It's good content though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah, never really had a thing for her at all. But it's a good show. It especially in the early seasons, it just jumps look, every season after the initial formula of hey, Dexter is a serial killer who kills for good, and then he's got to be sneaky. Once you've digested that enough times, now they just repeat this plot point of Dexter meeting a man in a very gay kind of way almost, who he's like, oh, this could be my soulmate who knows that I'm a serial killer. And
person?
That's a totally different
who's
lady.
that?
That's a totally different lady.
I mean, that's a good looking broad right there, but like,
Well,
she looks
old in this picture.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
this is current her.
That's so much. That's not her, Zach. I don't believe you.
There's no way that's her.
It's not her.
Her head and her face are different.
Her body is different. She has titties now.
Whatever I have
that
is
can be changed.
contagious, and Zach caught it. He can't tell two people apart.
He has face blindness.
Dude,
This
just
isn't
not dangerous.
even close to the same.
It's a white woman. What are you talking about? That's
The
close.
jaws are different. There we go.
Oh, that's
the
a great
same
picture,
lady.
dude. Tell
And
me
that's-
that woman's not pretty. Dude, that's
Yeah, she looks
the
pretty
ideal
there.
female form. It doesn't matter if you like it or not.
I mean, it's pretty great. In her Adidas photo shoot, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be shopped a touch.
It's definitely not. She's wearing
Really?
Nike
Is she that
shorts
big
and
of
an
a
Adidas top. I don't know. It's not a photo shoot. What's that text at the bottom right say? Like, what's this photo from? I don't care.
Photo by James
it's the-
Weber.
Yeah. I actually buy everything about that photo except the boobs. They just seem 3 times her real size. Unless
they're just
they
like-
like I don't know, strap those bad boys down for TV.
They
No,
did
but
a
Dexter
little
keeps-
defining in the Photoshop on the top, a little more shadow, maybe. They do that.
Maybe it's like I also hated Dexter's love interest, that blonde chick that with the kids.
Sick of her.
I hate her. Let me tell you, of all the ungrateful bitches in television history, I don't know who's higher on my list of ungrateful bitches.
I know the other one.
Whether it's Dexter's wife or if it's Walter White's wife.
I knew it.
Now Walter White's wife committed crimes, murders, and many other things. As far as his family knows, for their own good, because he's dying and he wants to leave them a fortune. We know that he has his other aspirations, but they don't necessarily know that when they're making their decisions to betray him. So that's incredibly ungrateful. However, Dexter Morgan, like, hooks up and becomes a father and a parent to this blonde lady who's white fucking trash with 2 kids, no car, can barely afford her rent, has no degree, no job. Really, she has some shit job. She's like a hotel, like behind the counter girl or something. No offense to anybody who does that. That's not a career. That's a job. And Dexter swoops in with his cool job, his good salary. He's like, here, have a car. Right away, he gives her a car, and he's like filling in as a father. And she is so ungrateful. Anytime he's late or he lets her down in some small amount, she's all the fuck over him. I hate her. And when she died, I cheered. I was like, finally, now we just got to get rid of them kids. Now we just got to kill them kids.
I don't care. I'm not paying that much attention.
You got
but I've already
you got
been
2
waiting
more
for her to
seasons
die.
before she dies. John Lithgow is going to bleed her to death in a bathtub.
It's one of the most shocking deaths in TV history, according to a website I read.
I saw it coming up. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Something else I don't like is
Dexter befriended a killer who kills middle-aged women in bathtubs. And what did you think was going to happen?
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. He's like, I'm sick of this bitch.
I was so glad when he let her dry.
I do like the huge overlap with Dexter where he's killing someone. Half the time it seems like he's killing someone in a totally sterile, saran-wrapped room, entirely planned. And then the other times it's like, oh, I knocked this guy out with a frying pan in the kitchen. I guess I have to carry him like a burlap bag all the way to the car at 7 p.m. Like it's still light out. Like walking through your front yard. Like I guarantee if I carried a body from my house to my car and if it was parked in front of my house, someone's making a call. Like there's no way. Yeah. Well, no, you have a really long walk. you'd have to take a break.
Oh, you're parking it out. I'm going to bring the car a little closer to the home. No one will see.
You're like, oh, you know what? They could fucking catch me.
This is exhausting.
The cops are like, should we go to this house? No. It's a long walk.
I think my favorite episode of Dexter, Dexter kind of loses his mojo, and he tries to kill this giant gangbanger. The dude's like 6'6", 280, but he doesn't use enough like saran wrap or whatever. So he goes to cut the guy's cheek and do his thing where he takes the blood sample, and the guy just goes and like hulks his way out of the saran wrap, beats Dexter up a little bit, and escapes naked running down the street. And Dexter's like, "Fuck!"
Fuck! I've got like rolls. This was laziness, Dexter. This was straight up laziness. You couldn't prevent.
And so now that gangbanger's like on high alert because he knows somebody's after him. So Dexter spends the whole rest of the episode trying to take that. He's genuinely gigantic. They got a great actor for that. It's a great premise with just a terrible. I don't know, the writing or like they didn't have an idea for how to write a 5-season show back then the way they do now. I think there's a prequel that's out now, right, where you get to see Dexter in like grade school, and I think the actor who plays Dexter, Michael C. Hall, I think maybe he still narrates. He's like, life is hard when you're 14, but there's always ways to take out your anger. And then it's like 14-year-old him going and murdering some kids or whatever he's doing. I haven't watched it. I just don't care.
Kids? Oh, I think it was going to be pets.
Dexter's adopted dad was too okay with like the unfurling of his adopted son being a psychopath. Way too okay with it. Like I get it, but like early on, he's like, Dexter, you're not like other kids. And he's like, Dad, I'm just killing dogs and animals all the time in the
You want
woods.
Another spoiler to explain the relationship?
Sure.
So Dexter isn't his son. Dexter was the son of an informant that worked for him. And because he did a bad job, that informant ended up being murdered with a chainsaw in a storage unit in front of Dexter. And that is what fucked Dexter up. He was 4 when he saw it, 3 maybe. And so he feels incredible guilt about allowing that to happen to her because he fucked up somehow. I don't remember the specifics, some detective nonsense. And because the girl was informing on the guy who killed her with a chainsaw. And so he's taken Dexter under his wing to try to make right that wrong. And so that's why he's putting up with a serial killer
that
kid.
Kid's a fucking kook.
No shit. I'll tell you this: any kid of mine that was like killing and torturing animals, that's one of those things where I gotta pull the plug early.
You gotta find like a different kind of conversion camp, like because I remember like the first clip
so scary.
I saw of it is like being like, Dexter, did you kill the Johnson Spaniel? And he's like, the dog wouldn't shut up, Dad. And then like I don't know about you guys and your fathers, but if I had admitted to killing a neighbor's dog out of annoyance, my father wouldn't have shaken his head sagely and warned to be extra careful.
I mean, I was on a farm. It's a little different, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, the way Dexter did it, it's clearly in that I'm a serial killer, sociopath, and I like to inflict pain on things kind of way.
Yeah.
So it's fucked.
It's like, Dexter, you have to pretend. That's what every single fucking lesson from the dad is. Like they keep doing flashbacks as though there's going to be some novel instruction this time. Every single time, it's like, Dexter, you're not pretending well enough. If you're going to kill people hardcore your entire life, you got to be a good pretender over and over and over and over. And it's only like 6 episodes in. He doesn't pretend well at all. The only guy who sees through him is the black guy. Everyone else is retarded.
Because the black
I like the Asian guy too. The Asian guy's fun. He's kind of a pervert, but he also really likes blood and
sex
science.
Pest.
He's a bit of his. I can see that developing. Yeah, he hasn't been too sex pesty.
To Deborah, he is. He's always like, "Oh, you need me to reformat your hard drives, Deborah," or like just saying something like borderline nasty, and she's like, "Fuck you, Suzuki," or whatever his name is, something like that.
Woody, did you finish For All Mankind?
I've the first half of season 2 is where I am.
Okay. Yeah. Still highly recommend that show to anybody who hasn't seen it. I've watched it all. There's 3 seasons out on Apple TV. It's so fucking good.
I really like it. And you mentioned that so for people who don't know, this show starts, I think, in like the 50s or 60s, definitely the 60s. And
67, I think.
That's
67, 69, somewhere
landing
there.
on the moon areas. That is
Mhm.
about where it started. I think you're right. So in any case, I'm in the 80s now, and they aged the characters so well. And like some characters age hot, like Gordo's wife, for example, and Ed, the dude.
Yeah.
Some characters gain weight. I don't know that good with names. Is the black woman
Gordo.
named Danielle? Gordo gains weight, and the black woman who broke her arm.
Yeah.
She didn't age hot, and the aging is so convincing, and I don't know that I've ever seen it done this well. For me, anyway. I don't know. It's working for me. Maybe I'm watching it on my computer screen, but I don't even know what age the actors really were. I can't tell which ones were the real actors and which ones have been aged. It's so effective on me.
I'm surprised to hear you say that because
it wasn't good to you.
I feel like it's some of the worst I've ever seen because
Get out.
like they all look the same. I'm like,
Gordo looks wildly
all
different.
right, so they took their time on Gordo. I almost feel like Gordo was like, "Can I gain 50 pounds, y'all?" They're like, I mean, if you want to, but we weren't. Thank you so much. I've always wanted to get paid to do this.
So
Like,
I think Gordo's going to lose weight because I thought I saw like a hint of fat suit on his belly in this one scene that I don't want to spoil.
Yo.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Look, here's the thing. Especially with there's a main character. She's the wife of the main astronaut, Ed's wife.
Ed and Karen, when you're talking about.
So Karen, as a character, never ages. They just make her hair a little grayer every 15 years. And so, like, I've finished season 3. She's 95, so she's about 60. And she is so hot. She looks.
But Ed is too.
28.
So she's one where maybe I feel like they chose some characters to age into. Like there's a rare guy who's the doctor from ER. He's a really famous actor.
Stamos?
But he's a good example. This guy, George Clooney, I'm looking for. George Clooney, the way that he aged, he just seemingly got older and more handsome. Like it was really good. There's one of the characters on the show. They did that for him, and I'm like, he got a hookup.
He got a better haircut. I remember, like my girlfriend was like, he got a better haircut. I was like, yeah, he's way better looking in his like make believe late 30s than he was in his make believe mid 20s.
I agree. Yeah, I think I see him over 40, and now I'm not doing the age very well, but
look,
he
I'm
looks
60
really
something, and
okay.
like all they do is they give him a short haircut so you can see a more pronounced like balding pattern. Right. Although he's got all of his hair, and then they do this sort of sallow cheek thing where they make his cheeks a little dark, like in there to make him like a little sunken, but that just makes him look more athletic. So, and this isn't a huge spoiler. I hope you don't mind me saying this. I know you won't. He starts doing TRT in the 3rd season.
Does he?
Every now and then they cut to him and he's got a syringe in his ass.
That's
and
funny.
Some other characters like, you're shooting up anabolics left and right. And he's like, stay on mission. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter. He needs some fucking TRT. Dude, 60 going on space missions.
So I've learned about aging. That sallow cheek thing, humans lose fat in their face as they get older, even as they gain fat.
Right?
I heard it called fat. I'm not sure.
You could be.
Well, that's a different thing. They actually lose fat. Like there's puffiness under their cheeks that migrates, like, and it's not a good look. But the thing is, on guys, it's not such a bad look. Like, you get high cheekbones and a cut face, and guys can age in that sallow thing and not look bad. For women, it's almost never a positive improvement.
You know who's got the most sallow like face? Lance Armstrong. Like when he was doing his thing, and there's like no fat left on that fucking bone, and his face was just chiseled. Not that he had like a great jawline or like some like perfect look. It was just, God, there's nothing left on his face. He's pedaled it all away. He gave it away for those titles.
A guy with no fat in his face can look pretty good. I don't think that always works for girls, especially when their skin loses elasticity. It's not even good right now. You're just doing this to do it. Like you're overdoing it.
I'll check it out. I'll see.
It's too much.
I will say that I think that, I hate to say it, but so there is a 4th season of For All Mankind coming. But the 3rd season is the worst season so far for sure.
Okay.
The first season's I think the 2nd season might.
First 2 are very good.
The first 2 are very, very good. I think that the first season's the best. I think I would go with that. But the third kind of the characters do a few things, and you're like, come on.
I'm enjoying a
can't-
little bit of the advanced game in For All Mankind. So in the first season, just getting to space is kind of hard.
Mhm.
Just getting to the moon is kind of hard. Having enough fuel to land on the moon is a tricky, can we pull this off sort of thing. In the second season, they're established. There's a base. It looks comfortable there. It looks like regular people who aren't astronauts could live in the space station. It's the end game. It's the part in Tarkov where you're rich. And I kind of like that it's not all about like, is this rocket even going to leave the ground? Like, nah,
yeah,
we can do
I
that.
think you lose a little bit of the adventure of the whole thing, but what you gain is all the politics between Russia and the United States. Because spoiler alert, the Russians want a base on the moon too. So now you got an American base and a Russian base, like on the same crater, even on the moon, and they're in the same place because that's where the water's been discovered. And
the
they're both
Americans
fighting for that
discovered
resource.
the water, for people who don't watch the show, and at least in the parts I watched, feel entitled to it. Like, we found this water, it's ours.
Yeah.
And the Russians don't agree to that set of rules. They're like, this is the moon, no one owns it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Season 3 is interesting because just when you're starting to feel comfortable with the time period that they're in, it's like, swinging 60s. All right. We hate women and yeah, we'll allow the black to fly, I suppose. And then all of a sudden it's the fucking 80s, bro. The gays are the ones not getting treated right now. We got to get them in here. And then like now I'm in the 90s, or I have been because I finished season 3, and it's like it's a whole different group of people. There's a part where the old white guys are like, it's just about what's in your pants nowadays. Sad face. Like they don't get to fly their planes anymore. And it's like, yeah, it actually is, but that's okay because they're good at flying them too. So like I don't even mind that they've got the lady astronauts. It's like, look, that's what we're doing here. We're trying to. It's not just about who can build the best rockets. It's about whose way of living is superior. The communist Soviets or the Americans.
Okay.
And it's like, if you're a woman in the United States and you're like, I don't know, in the Soviet Union, they send women to the motherfucking moon. That's where they are on the playing field over there. And it's like, yeah, we don't do that.
I see your point, but I hate it. I like it merit.
What if you're German though? What if you're in West Germany and you're like, Soviets have their shit together. They're sending women to the moon. Mama, I want to be an astronaut. I think if I go over there, I've got a shot. You know, so they're playing that game.
In real life, I've criticized the Biden administration for this. Like when he picked his vice president, I think he picked her because she's he definitely said he was picking a woman, and he ended up picking the black woman
of color. I believe it was his credentials.
Did he say he was going to pick a woman of color?
A woman of color, I think, was what he said.
I could be wrong. I thought he said just a woman, and he ended up picking both. I want to say the Supreme Court justice was going to be a woman of color. And he limited himself to just women of color for the Supreme Court justice.
So there's like 4 applicants. There's 4.
She turns out she's immensely qualified, but I still feel like, in terms of right and wrong, best available. That's the most fair, best system.
Yep.
To say best available amongst women of color, it's like, well, you've cut off a lot of good people. That's not the theme.
See, it's the reason that I don't like it is it's like, we have appointed the first black, etc., etc. Like, and everyone's looking at that person going, that's the only reason why you're there. You know, it wasn't your hard work, your hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt going to university for like 6 fucking years. You know,
but
like,
in the show,
none of that. It was you were black. Congratulations.
As a real world thing.
Mm-hmm.
As a real world thing, obviously not in favor for it, but in the show, it's brilliant. It's what they need to do to win this space race they're in. And if you look at like the black lady astronaut, might be the most honorable, selfless,
very good,
hardworking, credentialed.
Well, they're not going to make her a dummy.
I'm talking about the show.
Pause right there. There's actually another.
She's an astronaut.
She gets last place in almost every category while she's training, but her husband's an astronaut and she's pretty, and that's why she sort of makes it to the end and gets.
They
to
pick
space.
4
if you're last place in any of those, they just got to cut the chaff. You shouldn't make it.
They were going to pick 4 women, and they picked the 3 best and the 1 prettiest.
Because it's about, like you said, the point
because
of marketing.
Because Nixon wants a girl astronaut to take her fucking visor off on the moon and to be pretty. Because we're gonna be. This is somebody on the. We're making
creating
TV here.
We're making propaganda.
we're making TV
Yes.
here, and he
Yeah.
wants a
Look
a
how
pretty lady.
our geniuses are even sexy. Not like these ugly.
The Russian
The
lady
Russian
was a
one was
dog.
pretty. Oh wait, was she? You think she was?
I thought
I
I
need-
didn't when she lifted her
Well,
visor.
they still
I didn't
sent a
realize,
dog into space.
I didn't know it was a woman. I didn't know it was a woman. They were like, "It's a woman," and I'm like, "That's the most unreasonable thing I've seen so far." That guy, I mean, it's a woman. It doesn't look like a woman. She looks so plain faced and like prairie driven, like that pale with like
Yeah.
chapped parts.
Sarah
like,
plain and tall.
Sarah plain and tall up on the moon, but she's clearly like a, I don't know. She's got a full face, a wide, full.
Did Zach find her
Slav
picture?
face.
A crop picking in the middle of Nebraska face. Or I guess in the middle of
more like a
the
Ukraine.
Siberia. Yeah.
Yeah.
A
she's
Ukrainian wheat farmer face.
Yeah, absolutely. There's tons of Ukrainian.
Did Zach,
wheat
I'm
farmers.
looking for a picture of her.
Yeah, if you search like Russian female astronaut on the moon, like
I'm afraid I'll get a real one.
I don't think they sent anybody to the moon.
No.
yeah, well, there's never been a lady on the moon, so you won't find any.
Oh, wait,
chaff
what am I
there.
thinking?
Or a
There's-
Russian.
All right, yeah, I guess they didn't. We kind of backed off after the first 4 or 5 guys.
Remember what? That's an American lady. Look at her fucking.
Yeah, I know
shoulder.
our flag.
Oh yeah, Zach, I
Crack
made
the case on this one.
that same mistake, Zach.
Crack the case on this.
Kyle, is this her?
On further review? It's an American flag.
Fucking monocle adjustment for that one.
Did I pick the right person? I can't tell. I think that might be a real life woman, but not on the moon.
You know how we like we as humans.
This is a
started out-
real cosmonaut, Woody.
I mean, Google image search. I don't have a lot of details.
Well, that's a real. I mean, the article talks about how she was a cosmonaut.
Oh well, if you read the words, that's cheating.
Valentina Tereshkova.
In any case, very good show. I highly recommend it to
Ooh.
any of you who like sci-fi, anything like that. It reminds me, I could see that maybe this is the Expanse universe, like how it got its shit kicked off. Maybe
Mhm.
the Expanse is another fun little space show. But no, I dig this a lot.
I found it for real. I can see why
thank
Kyle
you.
and I didn't line up because you don't see her very well.
You don't.
Zach's about to show it to everyone.
I'm like squinting at that. Like that's a woman.
I
Oh,
think
yeah, you
that's
can't tell
meant to
anything.
be the real one. She looks so similar to me.
Perhaps. Oh, they may have honored the real cosmonaut by making her the one who would have gone up there, because they did that
Right.
with one of the characters, the Cobb character, Sally Cobb. You know, the best of the ladies.
Okay, yeah.
That's a real. She really was, I believe, part of that Mercury program that they described early on with women, and and so what they've done by rewriting history is like taking the person who was actually in that position to
Mhm.
get that job and giving it to them.
And I want to say John Glenn is not in there, but they talk about him all the time and
Oh, yeah.
describe his personality.
And Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah. So
And that
I-
guy who runs the Space Center with that flat top haircut, either that was a real
Deke?
popular haircut, or they've not Deke, the one before him.
the Nazi
He looks
dude.
just like it's that haircut you always see, like when a guy's running NASA, even Apollo 13. I can't think of the actor's name, but same fucking awful flat top. I'm glad that's not a thing anymore. Your friend's got a flat top, but that's not a choice he made. Can't do that.
The Vikings show. You were right. I kind of just had it. The first season, like that's all I've watched over the last week is just every night throw on some episodes of that. First of all, there's so much more of that show than I thought there was. They're like fucking 15 episodes or 20 episodes of 42 minutes or whatever. And as soon as Ragnar dies, everything kind of goes off the rails.
Well, they come get their revenge.
They go to get half that show is revenge, and they've like
Dude.
gone to England for revenge like 4 fucking times.
I
and
like revenge.
And they'll get to England
Woody,
and be like,
killing-
I'm here for revenge. And then that smooth talking king will be like, don't you're missing the forest for the trees. You need to do
they've
this,
got-
that. And they leave like, oh, that guy's pretty smart.
Ragnar turns himself over to the English and lets them kill him because he knows that his sons will come and avenge him united if he does this. And only that way can the Vikings triumph over the English. So he lets the English capture him, and they hoist him and they torture him and they hoist him in this cage and they beat him, and then they throw him in a pit full of vipers that bite him to death, and he dies a slow, painful death. And he's laughing at him because he knows what's coming. He knows his sons are going to come and like everything you do to me, they're going to do 10 times worse. And they do. They show up and they torture that king to death. I think they Blood Eagle him. I think they Blood Eagle their king. Yeah.
They Blood Eagle King Aela, who's the king of Northumbria, but then they let King Egbert kill himself in a tub.
Mm-hmm.
Because Egbert was more of a friend of Ragnar's, but it was like he was wrong about his sons. You know, they fragmented immediately. And I didn't like how Ragnar just like offered himself. It was just such a ridiculous final way to die. It was like such a jarring way for him to kill himself. It was like, okay, well, maybe he had like another gig and he had to go do a movie and he couldn't do the next season of Vikings because it just didn't make sense logically. Are you guys horny posting in chat?
Yeah, a little bit of horny posting.
You guys are fucking horny posting.
No, the show isn't as good after Ragnar leaves for sure. That's what I always tell people. But
I like the main son. The main son, like
Bjorn
the first
Iron.
one. Yeah, Bjorn Ironside. He's good.
What a name! The guy's name is Bjorn Ironside. True, another historical character, by the way. You can Google him up, learn about his feats of strength.
Ragnar doesn't appear to be like set in stone historical. He's more of like a legendary creature, like King Arthur. Like I bet there was a king of ancient England that like was reminiscent of Arthur, and then he kind of became a legend over time. And
yeah, he embodies a lot. Maybe there were a lot of kings, and Arthur is sort of the embodiment of multiple tales. But with the Ragnar thing, it seems like he's a little more grounded historically, although part of the saga tells that he slew a dragon. So you got to understand that that's in the saga too.
And like a lot of apparent like Nordic areas would claim descendants from Ragnar Lothbrok or whatever, because he was kind of a king of lore. Not to say he was a totally fake guy, but
yeah, like in the later seasons, even his sons, they'll be like, "That's Ragnar Lothbrok's son," and they're like, "Oh, I had no idea."
I'm to the point now where like I'll like turn it on at night and like it's just that really nasty crippled guy being mean to people. And
his name is
Ivar the Boneless.
Ivar the Bone. So one of Ragnar's sons is crippled when he's born, and the thing to do is to leave him in the wilderness to the wolves. Ragnar can't do it. He's going to raise this crippled boy, and whether he likes it or not, but he raises him hard. He's like, "You're crippled. Like, you know, in a land of not cripples, you better be a bad motherfucker." And so this guy traverses with these spikes in his hands. He crawls on the ground into the bar with his spikes. Like he's so scary. He's so ruthless. And over time, they get him like some crutches, and then they get him some braces for his legs, and then eventually they strap him to like a horse-drawn chariot so that he can fuck shit up. Ivar is a real scummy piece of shit.
Don't like him very much. He says he's God, or he says he's God. Like on the same tier as Thor and the Aesir, and so he's kind of a kook.
I like Ragnar's ladies though. He's got like two bad bitches. He's got Lagertha, who's like Sporty Spice. She's very hot. She's very muscular, and she can fight with all the men. She's like a shield maiden of Odin or some shit. And then he's got this other big bitch. She's like 6'1", 6'2". She's an Icelandic supermodel in real life. She's so pretty, and she's like she's like absurdly
the crippled
attractive.
one's mom.
Yeah, she's like hard to look at. She's so classically beautiful. She's like
Lagertha is like immediately jealous.
Well, yeah, he shows up with a new wife and didn't talk to Sporty Spice about it. Now he's got this 6'1" princess that he's like brought back to town. So Lagertha like takes her kid and leaves town and just divorces Ragnar. And one of the hardest episodes of the show, she's like, "Fuck you, fuck your shit. I'm taking your son. No, you won't take my boy. He doesn't even want to go with you." And it's like, fuck. It's a good episode. I like the inner workings of his family life, but mostly I like the semi-historical, and whenever like a god sort of like touches the narrative a little, they don't have full-blown like God coming down and talking, but the Viking gods are definitely real in this saga, and they definitely influence it occasionally by giving people visions and foresight and sort of tinkering with things. There's definitely
they spice it up with all the religions in the show, where like that magic tapestry when the French were defending Paris and all the Vikings showed up, and they were really scared, and the Vikings were clearly going to win because they had overwhelming numbers, and then that French princess was like, "This is the cloak of Saint Augustine. I take it to you, and you must bless it right now." I guess this is more Italian. And then like he blesses it, and then she goes and hangs that up, and it like gives them supernatural, fearlessness and whatnot. And then other times like Odin like will do something, or at least they'll believe he did. And so I enjoyed that part of it too. It adds a fun angle to it. But it's a good show overall. It's just really the wheels have totally fallen off by the point I'm at.
Really? Like I've seen the whole thing, and
Loki is like in Iceland by himself, and then he like brought people back, and I liked and he was one of my favorite characters. He was always fun, and I liked that he was like
Floki?
It's Floki, yeah. And he was like, and Ragnar never appreciated him enough, because Ragnar would be like, "We're going to take over this city. Floki, can you build something out of timber and string in the next 4 days?" And Floki's like,
I think I can.
This I can do for you right now. And then he does it. And at no point are they like, Floki, fucking floating siege towers? Incredible. We like, this is wonderful. You've done a great job.
It's got Wi-Fi, Floki.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm happy to help. And he's like this fucking weirdo with this.
He's got like eyeliner on and shit.
all the time.
He's all creepy. He's the he's the boat builder. Like his whole thing is
I like Floki.
He has a new way of building these long boats so they can make the journey to England safely. And Ragnar's paying him to make his special boat and everything. I definitely like the early seasons. I like Ragnar and Lagatha and their whole romance. And I love that like he takes her into battle and she's just as good a warrior as any of them. And it's kind of believable. She seems pretty fucking hardcore. They all seem like their swordplay is good. That actor's Australian. I kind of want to see him in something else.
I was disappointed by that. I wanted to see more like Ericssons and like that kind of name when I clicked on it.
Nords.
Yeah, true Nords. Floki is a true Nord. He's like some, Igor Havlason or something.
Isn't he? He might be the brother.
He's from like one of those actor families where it's like a bunch of these Swedes who are all like 6'5".
Yes, it's what's his name?
I don't remember their names.
I'll have
it. Is Alexander Skarsgård?
Yes, it's the Skarsgård brothers. He's one of the Skarsgård brothers. That's what it is. Yeah, they're all. Man, he is the ugly one, huh? Jesus Christ! Like Alexander, you got Alexander Skarsgård, and then his younger brother is the one who plays like It in the It movies. He's a really good actor, but kind of fucked up looking. And then that Floki guy, he's really fugly looking.
Yeah, or at least he is in the show Vikings.
Yeah, he seems pretty fucked up. No, I recommend that show to everybody. I think it's the best Vikings TV show.
Where is it?
It's on Netflix.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Netflix is my number 2 service.
Yeah, I don't know. I watch a lot of YouTube, honestly, and then after that, it's probably HBO. I go to HBO for news now. It has CNN, so I watch CNN there. And I don't know. I'm about to start Silo. I haven't started season 2 of Silo. I've been waiting. I'm sure it's all out now, and I've got some Landman to finish. And that's about it. I don't think I have any other TV shows.
I'm a little ahead of you on Silo. I might be 5 episodes in. If not, it's 4. Something like that.
You liking the season?
My opinion of it is turning upwards a little bit, but it still moves really slow. My wife was talking about it. She got her haircut with her hairdresser, and he said the same thing. Like, it just moves so slow. But I'm interested in your take on it. Sometimes you're more tolerant of a slow burn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that show, and like I mentioned to Taylor earlier, but For All Mankind, I'm psyched to get back into For All Mankind, because I don't know if you remember how that ended, but Margot was had defected to the Soviet Union. We had skipped forward to the mid '90s or so. Oh well, fuck me.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I just assumed you finished the show.
I was thinking of watching that with Jackie.
Very good. That's to me, that's one of the like AAA titles that's on TV right now. If I was going to make a top 10 list of shows that are actually on TV right now, not the old shit that we will rewatch over and over, that would definitely be in the top 5 For All Mankind. It's so fun. I like those characters. I care about what they're doing. And I really enjoy that alternate history thing.
It drags a little sometimes.
Yeah, I don't remember it dragging, but
here's a
maybe.
Storyline. I think you've complained about it dragging in some of the seasons where you're like, they haven't gone to space for like 9 episodes now. This is a show about going to space.
You're right. I remember saying that. Yeah. I got some rose-colored glasses a little bit, but just to me, the highlights of that show are definitely enough to make me love it. The other one is that I've never watched, but it's alternate history, is Man in the High Castle. Did you ever get into that?
Maybe the first season. It's maybe the South wins the Civil War, and that has an impact on World War II. How does it go?
Well, I've never watched it, but I know that the United States loses World War II, and Japan and the Nazis split the United States, and Japan has, I'm sure, the West Coast, and obviously, and Germany would own the East Coast. And I think they got like literally split in half down the middle. And so the U.S. is living under that Nazi occupation. I think the Statue of Liberty is maybe replaced with a Sig Heiling statue of some kind or something like that. And it's like full on Nazi flags flying.
They should have split it on the Mississippi River. Makes way more sense.
They may have. I just one time glanced at a map, but I've never gotten into that. But it's honestly, it kind of seems. Oh, there's North America still hanging on there in the center, huh? I think that's maybe what that's representing. In the Midwest, you've got the orange of Alaska down to the.
I'm imagining Japan being the orange side and Germany being the red.
Yeah, as well.
Oh, and you're saying the gray is us?
Yeah, like what? Oh, Mexico, perhaps. Oh, maybe, or maybe it's just the unaffiliated nations there. It's not a great map, but yeah, I've never gotten into that. The reason is I kind of feel we won that one. Like, don't take. I don't want to see us take. I don't want to see that one taken away.
That win.
That's
that's America's finest victory. We single-handedly won it. They were all about to die until we got there and rescued them. And if I recall correctly, the Russians and the British and the French, they just thanked us for what we did.
Well, the British and the French certainly did. They paid us back for a long time. We that would have gone very differently without the United States intervention, because the British were starving. The British didn't have pilots. The British didn't have planes. The British didn't have anything. They were done. When they got at Dunkirk, the entire British army was trapped on that beach, like all of them, and they were going to die. Churchill orders, I think there's 4,000 or 6,000 men at Calais, which is further down on a French beach. He orders them to run up and delay the entire German offensive for as long as they can, so that he can get the men off the beach. That was Operation Dynamo, where they mobilized the entire British civilian fleet, hundreds and hundreds of boats, anything 30 feet or longer, I think, and sent them to France and just picked all the guys up. They didn't think they were going to get any of them out at first. Churchill's like, "What do you mean? You're telling me that I've lost the entire British professional army?" "Yes, sir." Jesus, boys, what if we didn't do it? Because he just took over, and
over
they're kind of
300,000 soldiers were rescued. That's a huge number.
That was just the Brits. The French were there getting their asses eaten. The French had capitulated.
That sounds fun.
Right away. It's but they were fucked without our intervention.
Well,
we wouldn't even give them the planes. Yeah. There's this real fun moment in a movie about the whole thing where Churchill calls Franklin Roosevelt. He's like, "Hey, times are rough over here. Can you if you could send us 50 battleships, even 40 would do." He's like, my hands are tied with that treaty I signed last year. There's nothing I can do. He's like, "All right, well, what about those P-40 fighter planes that we bought from you? When can we get those here?" "Well, you got me again there. Hands tied. Can't get those to you either. I'm not allowed to ship military armaments by sea anymore, or I don't know what to do." He's like, "But we paid for them, with the money we borrowed from you." And what they did was, he's like, "Well, we could drive them within a mile of the Canadian border." Remember, Canada's part of the British Empire. "We could drive them within a mile of the Canadian border, the fighter planes, and you could send men with horses over, nothing with a motor. And you could tow them back to Canada." "Horses? Did you say horses, Franklin?" "Well, you could push them. They do have wheels." And that's what they did until, Japan attacked and ruined the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, that was a strategic mistake.
Yeah, and then we started sending planes and pilots and everything else they need. I was reading about this Polish fighter group that fought in the Battle of Britain, and their numbers were like 20 times more efficient than any other unit in the Battle of Britain. And I watched this whole documentary about how the Polish had this. They would have 6,000 applicants for the Air Force Academy, and they would take 100. And they would base it mostly on eyesight at first and aptitude. And so their guys were like fucking eagle-eyed. The 100 they picked had incredible vision. They would always spot planes, and they had to fight in shitty planes against the best of the Germans. So when they got to the Battle of Britain, these guys had 5,000 hours of experience, like a fucking video game pro, and everybody else had like 100, 150, 300 hours. And their record was insane. I can't remember off the top.
I never heard about that. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was like the 303rd Battalion or something, like 303. That number's in my head. No, I found a new TV show. It's on Prime, like the first season is. And it's basically Lost. It's like Lost, but better, if you ask me. So here's the premise, okay? And it's got the black guy from Lost. I don't know that actor's name. This is all I've ever seen him in, but it's the black guy from Lost. That dude, if you've seen Lost.
Michael?
Sure, if you say so. That basically, these people are in a town that you can't leave. If you try to drive out of town, the road just kind of makes a loop and brings you back. Everybody got there because they were driving along. There was a tree in the road. They turned around, headed back the other way, and now they're kind of in like a pocket universe or something. They're in this Twilight Zone sort of episode that is this town, and they can't get out of it no matter what they do. And at night, monsters come and eat people.
Okay.
Do new people get added to the cast, or
Constantly.
is it very okay?
Yeah.
This is Damon Lindelof.
I don't know what?
What's the name of the show?
From FROM.
Oh, no, he is the other Lost creator guy has another show, I guess. Okay, continue.
Where is it streamed?
So you can watch the first season on Prime. That's the place to do it. Amazon Prime's stream. The second season, because it's produced by them, is on MGM Plus. Yeah, I'd never heard of it either, but I'll tell you what, I'm a new subscriber over there because I had to see season 2, and there's 3 episodes of season 2 out right now, and I had to keep it rolling. I powered through this whole goddamn show last night, all through the fucking night. I liked it so much.
How long are the episodes? Like hour?
They're like 50 minutes each.
But what are you watching on MGM Plus now? Now they're like, you want to watch Wizard of Oz again?
Yeah,
I haven't even, dude. I when I bought it, it was like, all right, buy now, episode 1, go, because the end of season 1. I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, but the end of season 1 is a cliffhanger, and it's like, oh shit, I got to find out what happened, because a lot of shit goes down at the end of season 1. So basically, you got these monsters that come at night, and there's townsfolk at this point who've accumulated over the years, and it's this real mixed bag. And there's 2 groups. One group is kind of a hippie group that lives up on the hill in an old like mansion house, like a farmhouse, really, lots of rooms, and they're in there smoking weed and drinking and fucking. And then there's the townsfolk, and that's the more like the couples and the families, and they're in more of there's a diner. And there were a few things that bothered me about the show at first. I needed some answers, but there's so many questions at first they can't get to them quickly enough. I'm like, all right, where's the food coming from? They explain that. They explain where the food comes from. And then I was like, all right, well, where's the fucking electricity coming from? They not only explain it, they make it a whole centerpiece of the show about why the electricity here is weird. And then I was like, well, all right, the road is some weird magical loop. What happens if we start walking into the woods? And then they answer that. They're like, all right, well, let's go into the woods and find out. The only thing that's a little hokey, and they eventually explain it, a child gets injured in the first episode severely. And I'm thinking, damn, that kid's probably not going to make it. And at the end of the episode, he's on some crutches. And I was like, but then later on, they kind of explain that away enough that I'm digging the show. And it reminds me of Lost a lot, more low budget Lost. And it reminds me a lot of the Twilight Zone, like a good Twilight Zone episode.
Love that.
I powered through that first season really quick, and I'm digging the second season.
I'll look that up after the
3
show
episodes.
Yeah, I like the way that sounds too, and I really loved Lost, and I even liked the way Lost ended. I was content with the whole experience.
Here's the thing that fucking hooked me in the first episode. No, it's too much of a spoiler. I'll say this: they show a dead body, and it's so gory and shocking that I was like, "Oh, you don't usually see that on TV." They show a thing that you don't usually see on TV.
You're like, as a felon, I am intrigued.
Oh, they wouldn't. Yeah, they would. In prison,
like
they'd
those
have been
cartel photos.
Yeah, it's like a cartel photo. Like, but it happens in a room. You see it, and you know, women and children aren't safe. Nobody's safe. If you're outside at night, they get you and they skin you alive while your friends listen to you scream and like eat you and like tear you apart, really eviscerate you in like an animalistic.
Going outside after night or after dark.
Yeah, and the only hokey thing is they've got like some magical talismans that you have to put on the inside of your door to keep the bad guys out.
That's not hokey in the context of a like
Judaism,
like ridiculous world.
There you go.
All
What do y'all call it? A mezuzah. Yeah.
A mezuzah.
So they've all got mezuzahs.
Hey, don't laugh at our words.
So really,
I'm excited to watch that show From.
I really do.
I really want something interesting.
I need
how
to get
Lost
season
would
2
have-
on Plex. Just dropping hints.
Oh god, I gotta send that guy my fucking email sometime.
Oh,
so
dude, it kills me because Kyle will talk about like 5 cool movies from 1997, and then I look at like what's been added, and it's all 5, like in order that we talked about them on the show. He's on everything. I'm sure From will show.
Yeah. Well, I do recommend this show. I like it a bunch. I don't think it's like a fucking AAA title or anything, but it's better than just a background noise show because they've paid a lot of attention to detail. I'm nitpicky. I'll believe in wizards and aliens and ghouls and shit as long as you establish some rules and you stick to them, and as long as you don't leave glaring plot holes. Like I said, there was a part where a child gets hurt and he heals too quickly, and nothing is said of it for a while, and I was like. The fuck, dude, that was a serious injury that kid took. And then somebody's like, man, you're healing kind of fast, huh, buddy? And he's like, I think people heal different here. And then it's like, all right, that's all I fucking needed. That's all I needed. Tell me people heal differently here. And I can buy that his leg's cool now and that he didn't die just now. Holy shit. Because he should have.
If there's an aspect of magic, it's easy to,
Well, see, part of the fun of the show, and I still don't know. So there's nothing for me to spoil, but it's like, man, are they dead? Is this like a sci-fi type thing? Is this another universe that they fell into? Is this a religious type thing? Are those demons after them? Is God on their side? Is there an overseer like watching through a glass like hologram? Like you don't know like what the fucking deal is.
How many episodes are in the first season?
Like 10 episodes, like 45, 50 minutes each.
You tore through 9 hours of this show yesterday?
I started watching yesterday at like, I don't know, 8 p.m. or something. And I stayed up like all night watching the show. And then I got up today and polished off another 4 or 5 episodes or something.
Wow.
All right. Well, if it was that engaging, I'm so tired of only finding stuff that like I watch for 20 minutes and I'm like, oh yeah, this should be squarely in background noise. Like this isn't even worth paying attention.
They haven't annoyed me yet. They haven't annoyed me. And it's easy to annoy me and lose my business as a viewer for whatever value that has.
I'm on season 2 of From now. So I'm almost caught up on that. I think I'm maybe 2 episodes in. There's maybe 4 out so far. So I'm just two down. I'm enjoying it. I am a little frustrated by the speed at which it's going and how that can sometimes play out in incompetently slow-witted and slow-moving characters. It's absolutely driving me nuts. There's a scene where they set up like a piece of electronics outdoors and the rain starts to come. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
They have like 18 people on the case of moving it in and they can't get it accomplished in time.
Dude.
Is this huge issue for them?
Let me quickly tell them like what we're talking about and Finn
Okay.
too. So From is this show. The first season of it is on Amazon Prime. The second season, in North America this shit is anyway. I've been watching on MGM Plus, but I'm sure you could find a different way. Basically it's Lost, but instead of an island, these people got there because their cars, they were driving along on a road, could have been in Georgia, could have been in California, but they saw a tree in the middle of the road and they're like, got to turn back the other way. And the other way turned out to be just now this loop of a road in kind of a pocket universe with a little abandoned town in it. And the town's got people who this also happened to in it. They're all just stuck there with whatever supplies they came with in their cars. And at night monsters come and they eat you if you don't, and you have to stay inside. And it's just like Lost, every episode you're like, oh my god, not only are there monsters, there's demons now, and what? There's the ground is hollow. Like every episode, it's a new crazy mystery that you're finding out, and I've been enjoying it. It's got the black guy from Lost, which I want them at the end to tie this back into Lost, like with him somehow. Like go ahead and do that.
God damn it! How is from Hurley's dream?
I just wanted to make a
Hurley
little
winks at you.
reference to Lost, right? I love it when they do that. Like when fucking who played Barney in How I Met Your Mother? He's Neil Patrick Harris,
and he's gay.
Yeah. If Neil Patrick Harris just makes a little, reference to how he's, what did he used to say? He was awesome, but he sang it out.
I haven't seen that show really.
Shucks. Anyway, if he would just like make a reference to his catchphrase in the old show, I love it when they do that. This guy should be like, "Oh, I'm afraid the others are out there," or just whatever.
Walking Dead did that a lot.
Mm-hmm. It'd be fun.
They would have. I know they had Negan's bat in an episode of Supernatural, and then Negan had the gun from Escape from New York. He had Snake Plissken's gun in an episode, which is an awful gun. It's like a suppressed Mac with like a rifle scope on it. So the eye relief doesn't make sense. You hold it at arm length, and now the scope doesn't work, but you can't hold a Mac.
The actor who played Glenn, and maybe there's more crossover, was in a cartoon called Invincible. And in Walking Dead, there's a handful of like Invincible like action figures and stuff in it. Little action.
Oh. I didn't want to completely get away from though. I do want people to watch it because I think it's a fun show. It's not some AAA title. It's not fucking Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones, but it's a real fun show to watch. And I watch it as soon as it comes out because I want to know. I'm gonna be so mad if they're fucking us over and they have no idea what all the answers to all the goofy ass questions they're asking. I need to know. Is it God? Is it demons? Is it magic? Is it warlocks and wizards? Is it black
it pretty
magic?
Clear they're not dead. I feel like they've told us 3 times that they're not dead.
Yeah.
They asked the question. This is not a spoiler, but there's one group in the show that writes their stuff on the wall in an effort to figure out the overarching mystery. And they asked, "Are we dead?" And then they explain it. And they keep assuring us it's not purgatory, it's not death. So that I think we're supposed to know.
Here's the thing that bugs me is no Bibles. Yeah, please go. I'm sorry.
Interesting about the Bibles. I got knocked off my train of thought. It's better as a binge watch, I think, because I think sometimes these episodes can move a little slow. They have this overarching mystery that they're gonna like. I'm 14 hours into it now, and I've only learned a bit. It is better if you can just watch them back to back. If one of these episodes came out and that was all I had for the whole week, and there was 90 seconds worth of forward motion, it would frustrate me.
Yeah. There's multiple plot lines. One of the interesting things, and I'm not going to spoil anything here, but the season finale of season 1 had 3 different cliffhangers. It's like 3 different crazy. There was the crazy thing happening at the diner.
Oh my God.
There was a crazy thing happening in the basement of a house. There was crazy shit happening off in the woods. And there may have been more.
Remember the diner thing. Can you drop
someone showed up at the end of season 1. Someone showed up.
Was that
it was unusual? An unusual thing happened there. So then it ends, and I can't imagine having to wait a year. Like I'd have completely forgotten, but it made me instantly buy that stupid fucking MGM Plus app that has nothing else on it.
Yeah,
I watch it. I'm fascinated with this stuff. It might be my favorite subject right now. I watch so much. Like there's a couple of really good YouTube videos that with astrophysicists and they're authors, and they'll have other authors come on and do these like 2-hour-long podcast discussions about what would happen if aliens came to our solar system, what their motivations might be, like what the move would be. Like, do we contact them? Do we fucking duck and cover? Like what do we say? What might they do? How might they react? Like, what if they come and start harvesting our sun? Stuff like that.
Like, if they show up here, they can do. There's no defense we have. If they could get here, we're fucked.
How do you know that though? Right? Because so one thing that I think is interesting about like imagining how life would have evolved on another planet is we already have this like, we're like, oh yeah, this is how things work. Everything it's the survival of the fittest. Everything just fights and kills. And like our ancestors fought and killed each other, and the strongest one survived, and they made more super strong ones, and they fought and killed the others. And Well, yeah, my ancestors were French. We fought the British for generations and generations, hundreds and hundreds of years, and we fought and killed each other, and there was a stalemate. Yeah, and we imagined that everybody was like that. Everybody is warlike. Like, what if they're just completely pacifist? What if they evolved from some sort of a creature that was just like, yeah, we can all get along here. Like, there's plenty for everybody, and they show up and they have no concept of militarism. They've got faster than light travel, but they're just a bunch of pussies. And they show up and they don't even understand lies, right? And we're just swindling them out of their like advanced technology.
This is the absolute best scenario. If a bunch of rich idiots show up and we get to fool them, but like a really dominant species isn't going to evolve if they're just I don't need that
concept of don't understand lies is one of the central themes of Three Body Problem. The alien race that we're fighting communicates via like, I don't know, just we'll call it reading each other's thoughts, right? It's some sort of radio telepathy type thing. I don't think they call it that. But in any case, since we're so connected and I know what you're thinking, there's no concept of lying, which means that in terms of like military strategy, they're a little naive and unable to deal with some of the ways that we handle war.
I think of us
of that earlier today, and like that Indian woman who has the like sounds like she has a vocal cord problem. There was some some scientist being like, well, the Martians, their transfibrillator is cross fluxing with the capacitor, and I, like in my head, like as I'm like pacing around my basement, I'm watching, I'm like, I just real quick, I just say like, stop it with your techno jargon, and like she goes, get your techno jargon out of here, and I'm like, oh my god, like, and I checked. 3 seasons in, it stops being a sci-fi show, and so I expect the dialogue to maybe get a little better after that, because there is some silliness.
Who says it stops being a sci-fi show?
What? No, it'll keep being a sci-fi show. I
thought that's what you just said.
I heard it too. 3 seasons in, it stops being a sci-fi show. So
Sci-Fi Network.
There you go.
Stop being sci-fi, starts being Amazon Prime. My
Amazon.
bad.
You got those Bezos bucks, right? And not only have the Bezos bucks, you've also got like Bezos censorship, which is almost none. We don't get titties, and I'm upset with that because zero gravity titties are my fantasy, right?
You know? The least realistic part. I'm like in middle of season 2. The least realistic part about this show is that everybody is not Chinese.
Yeah, they're all a mismatch. Like that's what I really like about the Belters. Like they've got their own language. Boss man
mishmash, and I like how it's like all the different groups like that previously and like ages gone by would have been in each other's throats, but now they're all allied by this different paradigm. But it is funny being like, oh, the year 2400, yeah, China's in like century 3 of having won by then. Like they're
really putting a lot of faith in China. Like I feel like you can't call who's going to be the winner 300 years from now. Would you have been able to call that 300 years ago?
Yeah, very smart.
Oh, well. That's not what your Twitch chat said.
So what was going on in 1721? I would imagine the global power would have been 1721. I would imagine the global power would have been what? The
English and French, right?
France and England.
What?
Maybe I'm Western focused.
Yeah, we're being Western focused, but what was the
Ottoman Empire or something?
What was that trading company that was like the biggest business?
Oh, the East India Trading Company.
The East India Trading Company was that around the time period of that? Like those guys would have been super powerful. Yeah. In any case, what I'm saying, I'm agreeing with Woody that like it's not over till the fat lady sings. I don't know. You know, China is definitely running away with it right now, but we'll see. You know, in any case, but don't bring modern day geopolitics into our fun futuristic sci-fi talk. I don't need that depression.
I didn't think people were going to take my joke serious.
I took it very seriously. Do you know
every word?
Do you know how many coal plants they're making right now, Taylor?
I do like it's something about the Expanse. I like the way they just kill people isn't very brutal. I mean, it's scary to get sent out into space, but it's like the simplicity of it is even worse than being like tortured. Yeah. Like I was like, there's some scene where this like Chinese guy who's like a belter is trying to get into a airlock room, And then some goofy ass skinny guy is like, hey, don't go in there, bud. And then he closes the door and then he's like, goodbye, wife, or whatever, sister. I wasn't paying attention to the relation there. And then sucked out, dead. Very spooky. Like knowing that you have like how long? A minute, 2 minutes to live? Just like,
I don't think we know exactly. But
they would know because they do it to a lot of people.
They would know. There's a really cool scene. I don't think this is a spoiler. In the newest season, which just ended, there's a really cool scene where a character pretends to space themselves. They pretends to commit suicide, but like, and as they're just about to like lose consciousness, they shoot themselves up with some sort of like, I don't know, blood oxygenating agent.
Air straight into the bloodstream.
Yeah. They inject themselves with this like hypo spray thing, and their goal is to go like wearing fucking street clothes and jumping from one spaceship to the other and like going in the airlock. And it's a really cool fucking scene. And when that character like makes it and gets in the other ship, they're super fucked up. They're just moaning in pain and just like, they're literally going, like just like they got like frostbite on their cheeks and stuff. Like they're super fucked.
Yeah.
But it's a cool fucking scene. It's one of the coolest, like, I don't know, space scenes I've ever seen. Like you could have a million fucking spaceships twirling around shooting blue and green shit at each other like the Star Wars movies, and I'm just like yawn. But you've got like one badass character who's like, fuck this shit. I've got a mission to do. And they like climb out an airlock and jump between spaceships, and I'm just like, oh, this is so fucking cool.
Who's your
this is the
favorite
best
character in the show?
Man, I really like the white guy who's like real like built, who's on the spaceship, who's always like,
he seems to just really like fighting people, sometimes for no reason at all.
Oh, he's got reasons. Amos grew up as a child prostitute being used by men. He's got a real he's got a yet. Yeah, he's got a real chip on his shoulder. But I think we might I think we might know why Amos has been pumping iron all these years. He doesn't want that shit going down again. But I think he is actually bisexual. So yeah, years of child. Yeah, he only hooks up with women that I've seen. That's one of the few sex scenes that I've seen, and it's just like we get like this much butt crack, like more than like broadcast TV butt crack, but like less than like not enough butt crack. Right?
Does he have a nice ass?
There is some sex in the early
Not
part of the
his
Expanse, right?
Oh.
It's not his ass crack. The lady's on top of him. In any case, yeah, I like the Expanse a lot. The newest season was pretty good. I think they've got the only part of like what they're doing that is beyond our technology is their like space drive, the thing that's making their ships go so fast. And that seems like maybe achievable, in the next 200 or 300 years. But everything else, it's like, yeah, airlocks and spacesuits and like wrist computers and
all the disease and injury stuff we don't have, where it's like, we just received a deadly dose of radiation and we need a heart rate monitor for 40 minutes and like that.
That's the thing. Yeah, you're absolutely right about
the auto
that.
dock is definitely fiction, right? Like the most.
Yeah, they've got the ability to like remove radiation sickness somehow, which you would absolutely need if you were going to be space
arm chopped off, and he's like sitting eating lunch, and he's like, "Doc, you gotta hook me up with the new arm." And it's like, how are you so casual? Are you like just mad you're not going to get it today? Like it's coming next week?
Yeah, he wants that Luke Skywalker fucking artificial hand.
Whatever lowers the graphics budgets for the show. I wanted to look like it's my regular hand.
Dude, I hate this portion
exactly like my regular hand.
The graphics thing that I like on it is like they're explaining like the Coriolis or Coriolis, whatever effect, where it's like, well, because it's an oblong, object rotating around an off-center point, if you drop something, it's going to go in a little spiral. And it's like they're walking through a corridor where there's tons of water just pouring down on them in straight lines. And she picks up dust and like drops it and it does a little whirly-do. She's like, we're getting closer. And you just look around. It's like all the water's coming straight down. It's like clearly the people were like, all right, we have enough budget for the one example, but everything else is coming straight down. Don't you finagle with this. No, we got enough for one counterclockwise dust swirl. So overall, this show's great so far. It's engaging. It's keeping me interested.
Are you watching it while working out? Is that when you?
Yeah, I'm watching it while I'm working. I mean, today I put it on while I was working on some stuff, and I realized like I watched a whole episode while paying no attention at all, and I was like, I need to save this. So I just went back and just paused it and turned it off.
kind of on the class warfare thing. I'll make it quick, but I found a new TV show that's pretty good. All right, it's called Snowpiercer. You remember the movie Snowpiercer?
Yes,
where they're on the train. The world is frozen over.
You're eating the bug bars.
The bug bars. Spoiler alert. Yeah,
whatever.
So there's a TV show, and it's actually pretty fucking good. Like one season's already out, and the second season is like debuting right now. Like season 2, episode 1 came out last week.
What's it on?
I think it's on TNT, but I watched it on HBO. And I think it might be on Amazon too. It's pretty good. I liked it. It's extremely violent. I've seen enough nudity to keep me interested, and I like the characters. And I like the. At first, I was like, "How are you going to make that movie into a TV show and keep that going episodically?"
Is it an even bigger train?
It's the same train. It's just a different story. It's it's.
Is this
there's still
to it? Or
no, this is ignoring the movie.
It's just the movie again, but longer.
It's all right. No, it's a TV show called Snowpiercer.
So it's the movie, but shorter. I get it. Say no more.
TV show called Snowpiercer about the movie Snowpiercer.
No, forget the movie.
Okay, I've forgotten it. But what does it have to do with the movie?
Everything and nothing. Okay, all right. Like the characters are all different. The story is different. However, it does take place on a train that is was created by Mr. Wilford, and there are the people called the tailies who are in the tail of the train, who are like the shitty class, who like are really just stowaways. They didn't have tickets. They barged onto the train and they got shoved back there, and they've had to resort to cannibalism, and they're all filthy back there. And then there's the third class, second class, and first class people. And the first class people are all snooty, and they've got like hundreds of millions of dollars invested. That's why they are in the first class. And Jennifer Connelly is like the star of the show, and she's like the head of hospitality, and she's like the face, the forward-facing face of Mr. Wilford, as it were. She's the one who's out there solving problems and getting to the bottom of things.
If I were an uber wealthy guy who was making a train for this purpose, I would never make the train big enough to support thousands of stowaways should that happen.
He didn't. That's why
for elite rich people.
Yeah, he didn't. That's why they're like really having a hard time back there in the back and eating those disgusting bars of food and resorting to cannibalism, and they're always killing them off and taking away their breeding rights.
Oh. Well, I guess that makes sense. You are on a train. You can't be having a bunch of kids.
I highly value my breeding rights. You might. I feel like, look, I don't want kids. I just want practice. And
you can have all the practice you want, but they sterilize the women.
Oh, well, that's.
That doesn't affect me at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
Never mind. Now I'm
no problem with that at all.
You just got to muscle down some bug bars and get used to.
This all happens in the first episode, but just to give you a general idea of what the story is about, a murder happens aboard the train amongst like the first or second class people, like the snooty people, and they got to get to the bottom of it. So Jennifer Connelly finds out by searching through the passenger manifest that in the tail of the train there is a guy who used to be a homicide detective. So they pull him out of the tail to like investigate this murder, and so he's suddenly getting exposed to like real food and being able to see the sun for the first time in 7 years, and like going through all of that. And it's pretty fucking cool to like see him slowly like get out of the haze of living in the shit end of the train and like get accustomed.
They come down to the shit end of the train. They can ask any occupation. I'm standing up. We have a professional cocksucker. Yeah, let me in the front. Let me in the front. Do we have a guy we could just beat indiscriminately? I'm your man.
I can take a punch.
Headshots only, please. Really, I've got Homer Simpson.
I have a cup of water. Yeah,
but Kyle, why are they stuck on the train? That's important.
So what happened was use of fossil fuels, global warming was happening, and then I think there was also like a war, maybe a nuclear war.
Yeah.
And the world was getting really hot as a result of all of that. So the scientists created this stuff that they would launch into the atmosphere to create a cooling effect, but it sort of ran away with them, and it cooled like the surface is negative 120 degrees Celsius.
And I had a great job.
And I had to Google that. That's negative 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's so cold.
That's one. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. It's going to be freezing out here.
It's so cold on the outside that they utilize the cold air outside as like a torture and execution method.
Oh, I remember that. They stick they
put the people's hand out the porthole and like freeze their arms off and then shatter them with a hammer. But then there's a scene where like they just have a hose hooked up so they can just apply a little cold air at a time and like freeze a finger off if they want. And like the execution method is called like ice lungs or something like that, where they like put a breathing apparatus on you and they hook the cold air up so you inhale it and then just freeze your insides and kill you that way. Like there's all
after that. Huh? Do they eat them after that?
They compost you.
Oh, I was wondering why they didn't just airlock them out, like.
Yeah, or just throw them off the chain.
Yeah, because of the limited resources, they want the bodies for compost. And the show does a really good job of showing just how enormous the train is. It's like it's over 1,000 cars long, and there's this part where like they're in the tail and they're talking. They're like they're never gonna give us like our own beds and a place to stay. He's like, dude, they've got a bowling alley up there. All right, they have room for us. Like because they've got a bowling alley. They've got like an aquarium.
Can you imagine a dumber sport to play on a moving train?
I didn't think that through.
maybe pool.
Pool, ping pong.
At least you're not going to die from a pool table.
Dude, on these Disney cruises, there's ping pong tables up on like the deck next to the pools and stuff. And it's like everything's moving around and imagine ping pong in like a boat that's going 19 miles an hour through 30 mile an hour wind. Like what? This is the worst game ever. The balls are just zipping all over one side.
So many balls just go into the sea.
You hit it at the other guy and stops and goes back at you.
It's a pretty good show. And there's a lot of class warfare going on. That's what made me think of it is this Wall Street bet stuff. Some of the first class passengers are just like actually literally evil. So that's really fun. Jennifer Connelly is super hot as she always is.
How far are you into it?
I finished the first season today, and I watched the first episode of the second season. And again, I like to avoid spoilers, but they introduce a huge new character played by an actor we all know in the beginning of the second season. A really
actor it isn't a spoiler. We don't even know who he's playing.
Al thinks it is a spoiler, so maybe take his judgment.
It's a big actor. He's in some of our favorite movies and TV shows.
No, Tom Cruise.
Speaking of scalping, do you guys see American Medieval on Netflix?
Scalping who?
Yeah, I saw it.
That was so good.
Those Mormons are shitty people.
That was such a good. You guys haven't seen it, Woody? No,
I didn't like it.
Medieval.
You didn't like it, really?
No, I didn't like that. I thought that ending was weak.
You thought it was what, too Hollywood?
I just didn't like the ending. And there was that one scene where the wolves are breaking into a cabin to attack those kids, which was just bonkers stupid.
Yeah.
There were parts of it I liked. I liked all the LDS stuff, showing off how evil the Mormons were in the West.
Yeah.
And I liked the guy from Game of Thrones.
He was really good.
He was really good.
He was really good.
You know, he got halfway scalped at the beginning of the movie, and they're like, just put the rug back down and stitched it around, and it's all gross.
Yeah. We don't want to give too many spoilers for these guys. Like, let them watch it. I thought it was awesome. They're
not going to watch it.
Okay. Well,
tell me the entire plot.
It was good. It was a very gritty Western movie about people trying to get out west and the Mormons trying to keep control of the West.
Miniseries.
It was a miniseries, and the Indians were hardcore, like awesome.
I didn't think they were hardcore enough. I didn't think they were being tortury enough. Like Hollywood always cleans Indians up. Indians were.
They got to go dirty with it.
Indians' like idea of a good time would be torturing a captor to death for days.
Oh, you wanted last Mohican Indians then? Last Mohican was a great portrayal.
They
I
burned
wanted
that guy
some
alive,
of that
but other
Stone
than
Age
that, they weren't-
intensity.
The last
What's
Mohican
the
Indians were pussies,
bone
too.
one?
Bone
Bone
Tomahawk.
Oh, you don't want to watch that, bro. That
The
was
Bone Tomahawk
that
Indians.
will
were pussies.
traumatize you, bro.
Bone Tomahawk Indians are mean.
Yeah, they did not
that
pull
was-
punches about those guys.
Oof. I'm
Like,
not
the
watching
real
that movie
Comanche
again.
are worse than the Bone Tomahawk Indians. The Bone Tomahawk Indians killed that guy quick compared to what the real Comanche would have done. Like the actual Native Americans were just like literally.
Yeah.
You know what they weren't? Fence builders. Terrible at it.
Terrible fence
Spent
builders.
10,000 years following buffalo around because fences escaped them.
That is pretty embarrassing. Like you see some guy from Portugal show up and be like, "All right, step one, we're gonna put some fences around," and they're like,
Yeah, but you have to
Hear me out, guys. Let's make the houses mobile.
but there was
"But what will you do when the livestock goes that way? Well, it'll run into the fence and be reverted."
But listen, you have to
That's a
remember
good-
though, there was so much buffalo around. Why would you need fences though? Like there was a lot, but like the land was
If there were
covered.
that many buffalo, they wouldn't have to relocate all the time.
Yeah, they
They
were
did that
relocating.
because of like once you tear down, like it wasn't just buffalo they ate, they ate deer and other stuff, right? Like and plus
It was all
not to mention
buffalo.
the weather and stuff. But
It was like 95% buffalo. They can look at the bones of those guys and the shit that's left over sometimes. They can determine their diets. They ate like 95% buffalo. What happened though was when the white people came over starting in like the 1500s, that smallpox spread across the whole country. It killed millions and millions of Indians that we hadn't even contacted yet. And because of all those Indians dying, the buffalo population exploded in a way that had never done so before historically. There's no one there to hunt.
But you know what?
Because
that
I'm
was a
getting
common
ideas for
thing.
Gaza.
The dirtiness and the disease was a common thing in Europe with the Europeans, right? Because that was just another culture. It wasn't the Aztec culture. There's another battle, and I can't remember what it was, but smallpox killed off them too. And I can't research it right now because I can't remember, but that was like a common thing when it came to fighting Europeans, apparently, right? So
Oh yeah.
like
When the Europeans came, they brought diseases.
with them and stuff. Yeah,
because and things like attack dogs with armor on and horses.
Yeah,
that
the
those people
armor
had
and the
never seen.
guns were a big deal, and more agriculture. Like the more agriculture you have, and the closer vicinity to that, like when you have animals that close together, like it creates diseases and issues. And so
And
if
rats and all that fun
if
stuff.
you fucking 50 generations, 100 generations back have just been around those animals, you don't even realize you're immune to a whole bunch
You're
of
immune to it,
nonsense. And then you go somewhere where they're like chasing wild animals and they're like, whoa, I got no fucking defense for like all these like having 1,000 sheep in a pen diseases that you guys have.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal. That would be awful. Have no idea what a disease is and it's just eating you up.
Oh, they knew. Like even with Roanoke, like with the first people that came over, the Indians would notice that the whites would come to visit to borrow some corn. And then like a week later, like 8 people would get a fever and die.
Yeah. Suddenly.
Like they put it together, you know. Like,
Do you think they had conspiracy theorists? They'd be like, hey, get a load of this. Sit under tree thinks that the white man magically brings things over to us and it makes us ill. Wow. It's like, no, look around. We're dying in droves.
Yeah, that's
Sits under tree was
You
always
can't
a
explain that. Hey, I am only asking questions.
Diversity is the strength of our culture.
There you go.
Diversity is our strength. And that's not because I've got this dope ass new necklace.
And this rifle.
Like he's the only one they gave a rifle to, and he's always like, the whites are great.
Man, these white guys. They've got the coolest shit.
He's the only one. He's got a white girlfriend too. he's got like the ugliest white fat girl.
Oh Jesus, that's so bad.
But he flexes so hard because of her.
He's got good credit.
Dude, that would be awesome to be the first guy.
My wife crushes chairs.
This is my wife, Broken Branch, because she's breaking the trees. But yeah, dude, think of how sick that would be to be the first Indian in your tribe to get a gun You're just you're the guy now. Like you're the guy. No one can do anything about it.
I don't think we will go fishing today.
Yeah.
I think I would like being a vampire. I really do. I think being a vampire is one of the coolest monsters to be, and it comes with lots of powers. The downside isn't all that bad when you consider just. Why would you want to be a gay vampire?
No, I'm pretty sure all of them are gay, right?
Nah,
I feel like they're all bi.
No. I always look at vampires the same way I look at like the elves of Lorien and stuff, where I'm like, none of you are really straight. Like, you're all fucking each other. You're all really good looking. You got that nice porcelain elvish skin. Like, you're going into that hollowed out fucking tree trunk and giving hell to Galadriel every night. Guarantee it. You know, I bet she's like a fucking snare drum, even though she's 6,000 years old. You know?
And nobody's laying it to Galadriel over there. She's just sitting there like, oh.
No, I mean, she just like after every single little thing, she sneaks off into the courtyard, dips her rear end in that mystical pool. Just it's like Nivea tightening. Yeah. I'll never tell. You know, she's doing that. Yeah. If there was
the vampires. All right, so you're a vampire. You get to live forever. That's cool, right? And like, have you seen True Blood? Because I like that kind of vampire.
I have not.
True Blood's pretty good. It's HBO. It's basically a lot of hot dudes and a lot of hot girls, and they exist in a world where this whole time there have been vampires and werewolves and witches and stuff, and nobody's ever known about it. But the huge event that has taken place, this Japanese company came up with a way to make artificial blood. Like, they have duplicated human blood for the medical field. But when the vampire hierarchy that exists and with great power, right? Like they have like
because they've had like hundreds of years to get shit done, right?
And become incredibly wealthy and establish themselves in governments, and they have their own like governments in the United States and across the world. There is a king of Alabama and a king of Louisiana and so on and so forth in the vampire world. So this Japanese company comes up with this artificial blood, and like the vampire hierarchy votes, and they're like, yeah, let's come out of the coffin, and that's what they call it instead of coming out of the
I got it. Yeah. So they had millennia to come up with something, and that's what they got. Okay.
So they come out of the closet, and of course there are some vampires who see humans as nothing but like vermin and food, and these are the things that persecuted us throughout the millennia. And then others think that they can have like a symbiotic relationship, and then others see humans as equals, and you get to like kind of live in that world and see what that's like. And then one of the main characters is like this old Southern gentleman who like fought in the Civil War and like tried to return home to his family but never made it. He's like this lost soul. And then you got Suki, who's just, you know, Anna Paquin, and she's super hot and she gets topless a lot, and everybody gets topless a lot. Lots of titties, lots of man ass. All of the men in the show are like, I don't know, like perfect specimens because they get them naked constantly. Everybody's always naked. Everybody's always like ripping throats out, and it's a good show. I like it. It's HBO. You know,
your fitness would be on point if you had that long to get it under control. You'd think. You know?
I didn't bring up. I wait till Woody was gone to bring it up because he would go on and on about that guy who plays Jason Stackhouse and how good his physique is, and he just starts
talking. Jason Stackhouse.
Wait, he'll come back and let's talk about True Blood a little more, and I guarantee he the conversation leads to just how fit the guy who plays Jason Stackhouse is all the time. Oh, his abs, they're just so good.
Played by Ryan Quanten.
Yeah.
Let's see how good of shape this guy's in. Oh, wow, he's 40. Yeah, he's in excellent shape for a 40-year-old.
Yeah, well, he wasn't, you know, this show is like probably 10 years, 15 years old now. And the show, he's kind of like the playboy. He's always sleeping around and like fucking all of the like trailer park trash, and then he'll mess up and like fuck a panther woman or something, or get some weird STD that turns him into a monster or something. It's a good show. I like it.
Interesting. So you think he'll bring up Ryan Quanten or
Absolutely.
Whatever his derivation of that name is?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jason. But yeah, being a vampire, especially that kind of vampire, sounds great. Like they've got this like Jedi mind trick they can do where they're like, you want to suck my cock, and the lady just wants to suck his cock, and so they never do that, of course, because that'd be just too rapey, and you couldn't get on board with the vampires after that. But what they will do is be like, you don't remember this shit that just happened. Now go, and that'll happen.
Now go. See, that's go. Like That's like if you found someone like in one of those movies like Clock Stoppers. You fucking remember that movie from like 20 years ago?
Yeah,
Clock Stoppers, like where you could hit it and you'd stop time or something really slow, or like any power that you find where someone can stop time, like similar to this vampire one. Even if they say swearing up and down, like, oh no, I'd never use my vampire power to get some sexy girl to blow me right when we meet. Oh no, I've never used my time stopping power to get a big old handful of titties at a gas station or something just on a whim. And it's like, you just know those people have, you know, like you'd have to look at them differently. Like, oh, the first day. You're a time traveling superpower X-Man. Then you are, I'm gonna bet $1 million that you are either a rapist or a very successful bank robber. That's what I would do.
Or both.
Supernatural.
Bank robbing
show sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. We were talking about True Blood. I like anything HBO's made, but True Blood was great. You've got titties. Everybody's in great shape. Every time somebody gets naked, they're looking good. And I like the vampires in that.
The
and I was
main
saying
character, female, Stussy, Stowy.
Anna Paquin, who plays Stooky Stackhouse. Sookie Stackhouse.
Sookie. I always thought she was a little chubby.
Not at all. She's a little thick. No rolls on that. Like, she gets fully naked, man. She strips down. You know, it's just the shape of her body, but she's definitely not overweight in any way, by any regard.
By Hollywood standards, she's Hollywood.
I didn't think by
chubby.
any standards.
Really?
No.
No, this girl's not hot, or not hot. This girl's not fat. Sorry, this girl is not fat at all. She was attractive in that first X-Men movie.
She was, yeah. I was wondering if you remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like that little gap in her teeth a ton, but otherwise she's smoking.
Are you sure her name is Snooki?
I'm positive her name is Sookie.
Sookie. All right, there's the issue.
Yeah, the one, you're right. That's the one downside is she looks like she flosses with like a wallet chain.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
She's a real cutie.
Yeah, I don't think HBO's really made anything I didn't like. I'm trying to think.
What's the actress's name? Because Sookie's not coming up with anything.
Anna Paquin. ANAPAQUIN, if I'm guessing.
Close enough. Let's look. I'm not seeing fat here, but I'm also not seeing like
bones. I don't see her ribs well enough. She doesn't look emaciated here.
Hot. Here's
I like them to look hungry.
Here, you tell me. Does that look hot to you? Like,
yeah, I like that.
yeah, it's pretty great. And you got to keep in mind
like the blood in her mouth, but
yeah, you got to keep in mind this is in Fairyland, and she just like drank some blood to like rejuvenate herself after dying or something.
Yeah, well, I approve.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
You know, another show that I started. It's funny because like 4 years ago, a little over that, when I like decided like, all right, I'm gonna work out a fuck ton, 5 days a week minimum, always. Like the first show I put on for my first workout, I'm like, I need to feel bad. I need to not get into this and be like, this isn't worth it. And so I put on Spartacus from 2010, the Stars series. If you guys have seen this.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I love it. I'm rewatching it now, which made me think of it. But back then I started watching it and every dude in that show is shredded. And they are real shredded, not painted on abs like 300.
Spartacus? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. You said Spartacus. I thought 300, and I'm like, they're absolutely painted on. Don't fuck with me on this. I think it's but Spartacus, you're right.
Spartacus wasn't saying it. If you've seen that, these guys are like the guy who plays Crixus is just fucking.
Oh, Crixus is a fucking beefcake.
Enormous. And I remember watching that, like working out, being like, Crixus. He's the undefeated goal. You know, he's the
one dicking down all the rich ladies too.
He's the one that like gives Spartacus a hard time when he shows up because he thinks he's a pussy.
And he's fucking Xena. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's fucking Lucy Lawless.
He's like, did I not dick you down well, Domina? Like, oh, my mind is just elsewhere today, Crixus.
And all the way they say,
I hope he literally said "dick you down."
I did not think I pleased you, Domina. Like he's doing
pretty much. Yeah.
And she's like, I just must have you fuck me, so the seed may take hold. And it's like, okay.
And not only are all the men like just like top 0.001%, the women are insanely hot. Like Maybe not. Maybe Lucy Lawless isn't everyone's cup of tea,
and her husband.
All right, and her husband. All right, he's
literally a below average
He's there because
guy.
he's a good actor. That's why he's there.
He would be the ugliest guy on this show. He's
he would be the ugliest guy on this show. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, and the least fit. Like that guy has.
He would.
Like when he's amongst those people, it's not even. It looks bad.
It is funny though how like he acts the shit out of everyone else in their scenes together. He's just such a tremendous actor. But then you're right, the physique comparison. It's like that they hired a guy who's 6'11" and a professional boxer to play Theocles, like, and they just painted him like an albino guy.
Yeah,
and it was like that guy was horrifying and also huge. But like, yeah, I remember like working out to that, being like, and just like looking at that show and being like, damn, those guys look great. Looking at me, being like, you're a fat tub of shit. Work, don't give up. And like, obviously, I'll never attain that, but like, it really motivated me. It got me going. And so like, I was looking for new stuff to watch on Monday of this week for my new, like, that's my first day of the week when I start working out. And I was like, I want some motivation. I'm going to watch Spartacus again. And so I have torn through that show. Like, it hasn't even just been a workout show. I've watching it at night. I forgot how fucking incredible this series is. The whole first series, it's like 13 episodes. It shows Spartacus.
Have you seen it to the end?
Well, it's by like anthology almost. The reason it got bad at like the third season is because the main guy, Andy Whitfield, I think his name was, he died of cancer, like lymphoma.
Like not lymphoma, yeah, Hodgkin's.
Is that third season or first?
All right, so they go
really, really good one where it's called Blood and Sand. It shows Crixus is already the champion of Badiatus Gladiator School, and that's when Spartacus gets captured, brought there, and then it shows his rise from, you know, a trainee that hated it and didn't want to partake in this at all to a guy who eventually embraced, you know, being the champion, and then saw the falsehood of all of it. And then, you know, obviously it's history. Then he breaks out and does his shit. The next series, because he died, they didn't go into another story like they were going to.
Well, you're a little off there.
Third Punic War, or not Punic, the third Servile War.
So you got the first season, and like you said, it follows him from trainee to champion, and then and then he got sick at the end of it.
Yeah.
Like you know, the season finale is them kind of having a revolution, but then he's sick. He's got lymphoma or whatever. So they're like, oh, hopefully he gets better. But until he gets better, let's not go forward with the show. Let's go backwards. Let's do a prequel to the first season. Yeah. And that's actually okay.
It's really good. Because it focuses on Badiatus, and he's the best fucking actor throughout the whole thing. And he does a good job getting you on his side, even when you know, having seen what happens afterward, like, you shouldn't be on his side. He's a real duplicitous piece of shit who's only out for himself. But you can't help but like him because, frankly, compared to, he's just ruthless and awful. But every other Roman that walks in is the worst person alive. Where they're like, they walk in, like, one of the plot points is like, they're like, oh, we must secure the Primus for Crixus so we can make money. And they're like some Roman guy's like, I heard you have pleasures in your house unknown to those in the fruitiest fucking guy, like a bunch of rings. And he comes in and they just let him pick a gladiator and then like slaves, and he just watches and beats off while they fuck. And then like 3 different episodes that season are just other Romans showing up who have something to do with the games, being like, this guy tells us a lot of stories. Can we pick out a gladiator and watch him fuck a slave? And eventually, like, it gets to the point where they're like, well,
meanwhile,
we can't
Taylor's
say no.
like, how do I do push-ups with a boner?
Yeah. Dude, that's a real problem with this show, is the amount of, trying to do push-ups. The big problem is like the fighting, it has that silly kind of, I think it's Zack Snyder who does 300, where it'll be like over the top. And I like that. It's kind of a stylist. It's stylish. It's kind of cool. I think it's neat. It's over the top, and I like that it's over the top. But like, good Lord, the amount of fucking in this show, it's too much. It's so much that it's like, it'll be a 40-minute episode, and they're building, and there's like 11 minutes left, and I know that Crixus and Spartacus are going to fight off, and I'm like, I've been watching these people fuck for 4 minutes. We got to, come on, we got to get to the fighting. Like, and so that's how I thought.
Domina is not yet pleased. You'll have to wait till next episode, Taylor.
Domina is not pleased with me.
There's this one slave girl who has like the most outrageous tits I've ever seen in my life.
That's when they're in the bath, and then
the torpedo tits that are like, they're like way too big to not sag at all. Like they are unnatural.
Suspected fakes.
They're literally, huh?
Suspected fake.
No, they're real. I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna find them for you. Watch how easy this is to find.
Spartacus tits. Those will be the first ones. But yeah, basically that scene, they're in a big square pool, and Lucy Lawless is on the other end getting like soaped down by a couple other slaves, and then Ugly Bodyatis gets in with this naked like 18-year-old, and Lucy Lawless is like, "I would have you take her ass." then he just spits on his hand and starts fucking this
done
in the ass. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that.
What's happening?
What is happening there?
Get Elon Musk on the case.
They're insane.
Yeah, they look real and they look amazing.
They're real and they're fantastic.
Why wasn't she a character?
Her name is Laura Surich. And if you just Google Spartacus torpedo tits, you'll see what I'm talking about. And they're outrageous. And dude fucks her in the ass from behind, so they're like jiggling and flopping around everywhere. Outrageous tits, like unnaturally perfect, but they are real. The warlock titties.
Taylor, I have done the same thing as you. You're working out, makes you feel bad. I used to have this theory, I'm not sure if it's backed by science, that calories consumed during UFC events don't count. And I would just be there like eating trail mix, drinking milk, watching the fights. That's
you a fucking milk drinker.
I am. And it's just a lot. I'm having like 1,400 calories during a UFC event. And I see these, like one guy like Tyrone Woodley or something will roll out with this perfect super body and roll out of bed, bust out 20, 40 push-ups, get back in bed because I just feel like shit.
And when I do that, I'm like, I'm in too deep. I'm just eat my way to the other side. Yeah, that was. I'm excited to watch some more, or I guess I won't be able to tonight, but watch some more Spartacus. I just started the third series, and it's not good. Once they switch the Spartacus actor, it basically becomes like, all right, I just want to see Oenomaus and Crixus now because they're the characters that have been around the whole time. Oenomaus is the black guy who was the Doctore, like Ludus trainer,
the instructor.
There was some stuff in that show,
like also in 300,
didn't make any goddamn sense. Like that one dude who Spartacus is like all but gay with in the first season, who he loves, Varro, the blonde guy, who's unbelievably blonde. And like they're talking about how they got stuck there, and Spartacus is like, my wife killed, raped, stolen away, me stabbed, almost killed, brought here, kept as a slave, a gladiator. And they're like, why are you here, Varro? And he's like, I'm a free man to sign as I will. And it's like, what? You signed up for this? And he's like, yes, too much debt. And like that was all they said. He didn't follow up like, you couldn't have farmed. You couldn't have gifted heavy bags. You had to leave your wife and daughter so you could come hang out with a bunch of mostly, I was going to say half naked men, 85% naked men.
There's a lot of dong in this show.
And, you know, he wasn't a good enough, even at his best, Varro wasn't good enough to be there. He shouldn't have hung out. And apparently, and the way he dies in the end, this show's like 12 years old, it's not a spoiler, is there's a big exhibition match for all these dickhead Romans, and one douchebag little kid who got blackmailed with is getting his cock sucked by this blonde woman into, it was his birthday. He had to demand that the exhibition match end in blood to kill that gladiator. And it was like, Spartacus is standing there like with the mock, like, I'm not going to kill this guy. I won though. He looks to the kid gives the thumbs down. And like immediately the guy who signed his freedom, like to be a member of it, is about to die, is already like, just do what you have to do. Just kill me here and now. And it's like, I would have been like, hey, guy, I signed up. Like, you can't do this. You can't kill. Can you pick one of the? They're like actual slaves. Can you pick one of them? Like, is that okay? Like, I signed up. Too. You know, hindsight's 2020. Shouldn't have signed all my rights away and opted to be a gladiator. You know, but now that I'm here, anyway, there's a bunch.
It's a great show. It's a great show. I've only seen it the one time, and I watched it when it came out.
Did you see it to the end?
I skipped the third season.
It is not good.
Is it just 3 seasons? Is that right?
Yeah. I believe.
I remember I did watch it to the end. The ending was so bad. Like they do this stylized fighting thing where they like move it to slow-mo. They maybe do What's the term for the picture where like the freeze frame and then the camera angle changes? Like maybe there's some of that. Bullet time, maybe. And
300.
It's really cool in the first couple seasons. By the third, oh my god! Like it just seems really unbelievable. I see through it. It doesn't look good stylized anymore. It looks bad stylized. Videographers jerking themselves off, and the storyline is so horrible that it was an act of discipline to get through the last season.
Yeah, it was bad, truly bad, and I think a lot of it was like just trying to get it done because. Like early in the seasons when they do that stylized shit, it's like, okay, it's 90% fighting, and then like when the guy dies, it'll be that stylized blood splash or something. The third season, it's like 2 click clacks of the steel, and then it goes to like 3 continuous scenes of like freezing as blood flies, and it's like, oh, so they just didn't want to choreograph fights anymore. They wanted to choreograph the first 4 steps of a fight and then let it go to comic book style of oscillating around a still figure. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It might,
but yeah, the first 2 seasons, like Kyle, you said the second season wasn't bad. I think the second season was good. It was short. It was too short, but the first 2 are solid TV.
Okay, I thought it was 4 seasons. It's 3 seasons plus a mini series, which I guess I don't fully understand how that's not a season.
What? Oh, I've only seen the seasons. Maybe
I think I've seen it all. It was a lot to power through.
I love Yellowstone. I can't believe I let it sit on the shelf for so long. You recommended Yellowstone, or you said you were watching it at least and enjoying it somewhat. I saw it the other night because I have whatever channel it's on. I can't remember. It's either Paramount Network.
Is it on the Peacock Network with NBC?
I think it's the AMC thing. I think I have AMC, which is also where The Walking Dead is. I'm sure you know that, Woody.
That's on Netflix, actually.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, in any case, I've really been digging it. This is the Kevin Costner show where he has like the biggest ranch in Montana, which is seemingly the size of Rhode Island.
Yes.
And that's literally stated. I haven't caught exactly how many acres it is, but they mentioned sort of frivolously that, oh yeah, that's the year we added 200,000 acres. So the ranch is at least, I would think, 500,000 acres. Maybe it's stated at some point. It's gigantic. And he has so many enemies because he has this much land. Everybody wants to take it from him because it's such beautiful land. The Native American tribe nearby, they want to like turn it back into what it used to be, right? They want to go backwards with the land. The developers want to do the opposite. They want to develop the land into second homes, and one guy wants to build a fucking casino. And
did you say what state it was already?
Montana. And apparently it's about 750,000 acres. Is
I don't even know how big that is.
I can't fathom it because Brent's place is 80,000 acres, and that blows your mind. So this is like that. This is like when someone explains to you just how big Jupiter is,
right?
And then they go
can't comprehend it.
And then they explain to you that like 80,000 Jupiters fit inside the sun, and you were like, no.
Wait till we get to the universe. No, don't go that far.
My fucking head explodes like I'm watching like something out of scanners. It's I can't imagine it. So yeah, an enormous amount of property, the size of a state, and he's got these cowboys that work for him who are almost like a militia or an army. I said this before the show. It's a combination of Bonanza and Sons of Anarchy. And I was so proud of myself for coming up with that because that's exactly what it is. Bonanza is the story of a guy who owns. Bonanza is a guy about.
I haven't seen Bonanza either. First, explain to us everything about Bonanza.
Here's Bonanza. Here's Bonanza in 10 seconds. A Western TV show about Ben Cartwright, who owns the biggest ranch in Texas, and his 3 sons, and all the things that they have to do to hold their land and keep it safe. And Western TV show.
Sure.
And it's that combined with Sons of Anarchy, because like these guys don't wear they essentially wear gang like uniforms, right? Like after a while you're like, y'all all seem to look the same. And one of the characters is even like, I'm so tired. He names like a brand of boots that I looked up. They're $12,000, Lucchesi or something. Like, I'm so tired of your Lucchesi boots and your Stetson hats and your bullshit redneck whimsical nonsense. They hate it because like all these guys are like Carhartts and fucking Wranglers and cowboy hats, and most of them are criminals. And at first I was really worried about Kevin Costner's character because it's like, oh my God, this enemy owns a casino and he's the president of the tribe, which means he's like the chief essentially, but more so in a business manner. He's God, like because on tribal land, none of that federal law shit applies anymore. So you can just kind of do what you want with no oversight. So he's that guy. He's that powerful, and he wants the guy's land. And then there's the developer who's seemingly worth like maybe hundreds of millions of dollars, who wants to like suck the river dry. But then you realize, wait a minute, Kevin Costner is the scariest guy on this whole fucking show. He's just dead inside, and those cowboys that work for him are killers. They're all killers. Like
when you said some of them are criminals, I'm like, well, actually, being criminal is part of the job. It seems.
Yeah, they're all criminals.
The least criminal cowboy was an ex-con who had been in prison for 7 years.
He did his time.
A cowboy joins. He just has. They pick him up outside of prison. He's like, "What were you in there for, cowboy? Manslaughter. Did 7 years. Well, come on, then. Let's go to the ranch." Like hires him, and like when they get to the ranch, they hire him. He has to go through some. I won't spoil it, but he has to go through some stuff to even get there. He's got to go through a little rite of passage, and then they want him to like do crime, and he's like, "I'm here to be a cowboy. I don't want to do no crime." And like he's like, "You gonna do crime while you here? If I tell you to do crime, you gonna do crime."
And by the way, you can never leave.
And he's like, "Well, I'm leaving," and he starts walking away like you would. And the boss, like Kevin Costner and his son, drive up. And they're like, "Hey, where are you going?" He's like, "Well, I'm here to be a cowboy." He's like, "That's all we need you to be." He's like, "Well, that ain't what I hear up down there at the bunkhouse. They tell me they don't need some other stuff from me." He's like, well, don't listen to that shit. Turn around and head on back to the bunkhouse. You don't have to. But then the next episode, they're like, "We're going to need you to do some illegal shit." He's like, "How illegal?" Barely. And like when they're done doing it, they're like, "By the way, you're implicated in a murder now because of what you just did for us." He's like, wait, what? Yeah, your fingerprints are on everything now. So
they intentionally set him up to take the fall for this crime, which is murder, so that he knows now he really, really can't leave.
Now he really has to leave.
I mean, that was just like them hedging their bets.
Yeah, I promise. Now he's got to get out of the state. He's got to get gone.
I think the motivation behind framing him for this murder,
now you got to stay forever,
was that we will drop the dime on you if we can't trust you or don't like the way you're behaving.
Yeah, perhaps so. Yeah. In any case, I really recommend it if you like Westerns. And there's a lot of drama going on, and his daughter is really fucking hot. I like his daughter.
And slutty.
She is.
Actually,
she's not slutty.
She pretends to be.
She's provocative.
Is she chaste?
No. She's got a dude that she is like.
No, she fucks repeatedly on the show, but she pretends that lots of people have a chance, but they don't.
Yeah, the one guy really has a chance, and he's barely got a chance. And he's the biggest, toughest. He's the hoss.
What do you mean barely has a chance? He rails her all the time.
Yeah, but like
sounds like he's
wait for her to come. He could never go to her, I think, and get laid. He's got to wait till she's horny and comes to like almost rape him.
He's still fucking.
She's like pulling out her, like she's getting naked in her daddy's house. He works for daddy. He is the big scary dude. He's the scariest of the dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "You can either walk down the hall or you can come back here and fuck me." And he's like, "Well,
I suppose."
So they have a nice violent fuck in the bedroom, and she says something like, "Your dick's always smaller than I remember."
I didn't remember that line.
It's like, I guess it's just nostalgia.
Can you imagine the UTIs they dealt with? Fucking with like a dusty dick.
Oh, this is modern day. I'm sorry I didn't mention that.
Okay.
This is now.
Yeah,
he has 750,000 acres now.
He drives a helicopter all the time.
He has a helicopter that he flies around and fucks with people.
I've been picturing Old West the entire time.
So. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have said that. Yeah, it's real good.
It's a pretty good show. Again,
and his son. He has one son who is literally a Navy SEAL. He was in the Navy.
Which one?
In Casey.
Yeah, where they make the seals.
The wild kid with the long hair who's always in trouble.
The one that married that smoking hot Indian chick?
Smoking hot Pocahontas, yeah. Hot. Yeah, he's literally a Navy SEAL.
I didn't catch that about him.
Well, they mentioned many times that he joined the Navy, and then they also mentioned that he had been behind in Pakistan where he's not supposed to be, taking out high value targets, and that's SEAL team stuff if he's in the Navy.
Okay.
And then like his shooting skills, you know, like
that I was like, why is this guy fucking whoever Will Smith played in Justice
fucking
League?
Deadshot or some shit?
Yeah,
He's a bad
yeah.
motherfucker. Yeah,
Deadeye. I don't know, but it like I'm trying not to spoil anything, but he finds himself in self-defense situations, Deadshot, all the time, and good God, he is fine. He comes out of them repeatedly with no trouble, except for maybe some legal problems.
That's the other, and his other son, Kevin Costner's other son, brilliant lawyer, sent him to Harvard.
Doesn't get any respect for some reason.
And they clearly like there's a flashback where he's like, son, I'm gonna need you to become something that I can use to defend all of this. He's like, what's that mean, Daddy? I need you to be a lawyer. You're going to Harvard. But I didn't apply to Harvard. Well, I applied for you, and guess what? You got in. What a coincidence. He's like, isn't that in Boston? Yep. So you're going to go to Boston, you're going to become a lawyer, and go back here, and you're going to handle all my legal fees for free forever. So whenever like when the Navy SEAL goes out and murders a couple people, the lawyer steps in and just like cleans it all up. And it's this never-ending thing where like they are so bulletproof. Kevin Costner is to like there's a scene where he punches the sheriff in the nose and it's hilarious. He's like, you son of a bitch, and just like lays the sheriff out. And the sheriff just goes, fuck, I'm sorry.
That's real power. Hitting a cop and them apologizing to you.
Yeah, right.
You have to be like
truly
cool. Cream of the crop billionaire.
Good show. I highly recommend it. There's 3 seasons. I'm almost done with the 2nd season. It's fairly violent. Were there titties when you watched? Like,
I don't remember. I want to say there was a little of that, like implied titties. The show I'm watching now, they always like, dude, they fuck. She's clearly bottomless, but the angle is such that like you're not seeing
possible,
you know, anything great, and she's wearing a bra, and it's like, how did they make this like bottomless, her riding cowgirl scene almost TV safe?
So I would bet that there are multiple cuts of Yellowstone. So I'm watching, I think, on AMC, which is probably AMC Network, which has it, I think, something like that. I've got full titties, like the daughter who's like kind of slutty. I have seen everything but her vagina. Like there's a scene. Was there a scene that you saw where she gets at she's having a bad day and she goes and she gets in like a horse trough and takes a bath outside?
Yes, yeah, I saw that, and you're right, I did see her topless. You know who else I saw topless? Did you meet the girl that lives in the bunkhouse with the boys?
Yes.
Yeah, I distinctly remember her being straight up topless, and 10 out of 10 camel toe in those panties.
Well, yeah, I noticed the camel toe as well, and the white panties right when she got into the bunkhouse, and she did a little hip wiggle thing to pull her pants down, and it was full camel toe. I caught it. I'm a camel toe connoisseur.
I know you are. You've sent me
I
many
forgot
pictures.
who I was talking to for a moment.
What are you, fool? You don't realize you're in the presence of a true analyst. I started watching this show just randomly on Netflix a few days ago, just like a background nonsense show. And it's a Netflix original, so it has decent production value. I think it's like a French show, but I'm watching it English dubbed over. And it might be the worst plot of any Netflix show I've ever seen in my life. It's called Into the Night, and it is about the sun. A bunch of people are on a plane, and one of the pilots starts freaking out because a guy with a gun runs on there and is like, when the sun rises, it's going to kill everyone. We have to take off. And so with just like a sparse few people remaining on the plane and the co-captain, whatever they're called, associate captain, they take off, you know, as everybody in the airport's like, the fuck? Like this, it just started backing away from the gate and they're taking off. And I'm 5 episodes in. The entire show is them bickering and arguing with one another on the plane about the safest place to land so they can refuel and get supplies and then take off again to continue to outrun the sunlight before the killer sunlight, which is like microwaving.
Is it a known
people
fact
now.
that the sunlight is actually killing people, or is this an irrational fear?
It's at first it's irrational until they like fly over the place where they were going to stop to get rid of the gunman. And then the pilot's like, oh, everyone's burned. They're dead. They're all over the ground. And so they continue to fly. And there's no progression. There's very little plot movement.
I don't see the long-term plan on this.
There's 2 seasons somehow, and and I'm blown away. I'm 5 episodes in, and every single episode starts with, where are we gonna land to get gas? and it's the same problem over and over. They encounter like a band of British rapists who are impersonating soldiers, and the soldiers get on the plane, and then they very quickly are like, there's no upside of the trickery. Immediately as soon as they're out there, one guy's like, this doesn't smell right. I think they're military, I think they're stealing valor, and they're actually murderers and rapists. And they're like, oh, well, thank God we didn't take off with them. Distract them while we leave. And it's like, so they don't even get onto the plane to start harming. It's a true new level of bad. Like it could have been a
bad shows.
I do like bad shows, but it's trying to be good.
Why can't they like hide in a dark building from the sun?
Because it's apparently like it's begun microwaving people. And so they're saying, one of the guys who's like the goofy scientist on board, got to have the goofy scientist. He's like, the reversal in the polarity of the sun, it could theoretically cause microwaves. And which is what I just said is not complicated. And then like the pilot will be like, damn it, give it to us in English, Doc. And it's like, it's making people too hot. Down and they're dying, and so you can't hide on the ground ostensibly.
But this doesn't make any sense to me. All right,
but you can hide in the air.
You can hide it, but only if you're flying into the night. And the end of the first episode is like they really blew their wad too quickly on saying the name of the series. End of the first episode, like ask some lady like, where do we need to go? And she's like, into the night. But it was like badly dubbed. And
so I need help with a lot of things here.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I'll do my best.
All right, so first of all, I always thought that the Earth rotated at like 1,000 miles per hour, because I think the Earth's like 24,000 miles in circumference, roughly, like plus 120 or something. Mm-hmm. And then a day is 24 hours, so it just seemed to make sense that the Earth is rotating at like 1,000 miles per hour, roughly. So for the plane to stay ahead, wouldn't it have to be going at least as fast as the Earth is rotating?
I would guess so.
But every time they landed for fuel, then they would be losing ground at 1,000 miles per hour. Mm-hmm. So unless they were faster than 1,000 miles per hour, then the show would be over in like a week for sure.
I mean, that's what I was thinking as well. But not only are they landing and refueling, they have time to bicker. They have time to like have internal disputes among them. So it really doesn't feel like there's a lot of urgency.
Here's another thought: like if the sun like turned into some kind of a microwave, isn't it like killing everything that it touches?
Yeah,
including like all the like plant life and like animals.
I would imagine so. Now they're at a point now where like the pilot who got shot in the hand in the beginning by the terrorist guy, and now he's like dying of blood poisoning. He like took a bite of an apple. He's like, this apple tastes like paper. And then the scientist later was like, I think that the microwaves eliminated all the nutrients in your apple, and that's why it tasted like paper. And then they landed again. They're like, we should have enough fuel to fly for thousands more miles. And they're like, well, if the same principle applies to the carbon in the fuel tank, it's slowly being destroyed as well since it's organic. And it's like, now they got to get like 13 more episodes out of this. The fuel's failing 5 episodes in. The food doesn't work.
There's
multiple people dying. Yeah, there's a whole other season of this garbage. It's rough, and it's a European show, and so there's a lot of inter-European bickering, all in English dubbed. But like, there'll be like little like jabs that like Americans wouldn't think of, where like some Italian guy would be like, what are you, just some Turkish dickhead? And he's like, you Italian piece of shit, don't talk about. And then they're both like, get this pole out of here, like just all like pointing out at every different little subgroup of person, like all bickering. It's funny. It is bad though, can't recommend it less to anyone who wants a good show.
Do you want to talk about Midnight Mass a little?
Yes, I do.
I love that show.
You like it? We all finished.
Yeah, I finally watched a show.
Midnight Mass was fucking fantastic. The guy who plays the priest is just, every scene he's in, the other actors have to be upset because he dominates the scene. Like he makes everybody else's actor, talents diminish every time.
I just realized that I'm talking about Midnight Gospel, the cartoon.
God damn you! All right, well, look. For those of you who don't listen to PKN, first of all, shame on you. First of all,
talking
shame
about
on
Midnight
you.
Rider, the Western. I thought I was finally.
I was talking about Midnight Cowboy, the 70s movie.
Yeah.
When he dies of AIDS. Yeah, I thought that's why you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know.
No, Midnight Mass.
John
It's a Netflix show, and it's very, very good. It's a bit of a vampire tale. It's a bit of that, but it's very, very good. Everyone, you look it up online, and that's the first thing in the fucking review.
My recommendation is this for this show: go in blind, because it is a mystery.
I was until now.
I know, right? Jesus Christ! If you go in blind, you won't know what the fuck's going on. We're gonna put a spoiler tag in now. You've ruined it. You've ruined it for so many thousands, tens of thousands, and they put you in the jizz.
Hundreds of thousands,
and they put you in the jizz biz.
I give it fucking 2 thumbs up, and I really enjoyed it. I watched it in one sitting, 7 hours worth. I will say this: if you're not convinced by us, like RLM did a review, Red Letter Media, they really enjoyed it as well. I watched 2 minutes of their review and then immediately went to Netflix and watched 7 hours of this show. Like whenever they tell me to watch something, I do. There was a horror movie a while back, like the Black Coat's Daughter or something like that. They were also right about that was really good. But in any case, this is a really fucking good TV show. There is a lot of talking. There is a lot of character development. There is a little CGI that works out really well. They use it sparingly. It takes you a while to figure out what's going on. I want to say about 15 minutes into episode 2, I had figured out most of the story, and I knew exactly what was going on by like episode 4. I was like, oh no, I know.
I'm mostly done episode 2, and I don't know shit. It's apparently a TV show about dead cats.
Nope, there's a lot more than that. I was like,
more than that.
I was super like when Kyle he recommended it to us.
Mostly joking.
I know. When he was like,
there are dead cats.
I was like, in our private text, Kyle, because you were like, if anybody thinks they know what's going on, just text me privately, and I sent stuff to you, and you figured it out so fucking quickly that I was like, I felt like a challenge was issued where I'm like, all right. By the end of episode 3, I need to have this figured out. And I thought I had it mostly figured out by episode 3. And I texted Kyle my predictions, and he was like, spot on, my friend, spot on. And I was like, he would never say that if it was correct. So obviously I missed something here. And I did miss a couple things, but it's really, really a good show. Midnight Mass. I like it a lot. I don't know what the actor's name is who plays the priest.
Don't either.
I don't think he doesn't look familiar to me with his face and anything, but he's tremendous. I hope he gets more work because
I do too.
Are we supposed to hate the chick that criticizes the priest?
Yes. Oh wait. Which one?
Well, then I'm on the right track.
The white lady who's very churchy.
I don't think there's any black people in this show.
No, there are. Maybe you haven't watched far enough, but
maybe. She's very churchy. She criticized his choice of gold outfit.
Oh, that wasn't she wasn't criticizing. She was like curious, like, and see, that's a clue in itself. See, I caught that clue. That's one I caught. Oh, did you catch it too?
I did, but only because I have Catholic family, so I know.
Yeah, so like you wear different colors on different days, just like, and I'm not a Catholic, but they lay it out there. Like I want to say you wear the gold one on like feast day, and the green one was the one that was more appropriate for whatever day it was.
Time.
Yeah, for ordinary. So I found that very interesting, and that I read a lot into him wearing that because he didn't seem like the type of man. But I knew 2 things at that point anyway. I knew who the priest was, and I knew that he's not the type of man to not know what fucking color shirt to wear. And so those 2 things added together led me to like go down that rabbit hole that got me to like solving the whole mystery of the show in like 2 episodes. It's a good fucking show. It's not a fucking challenge. It's TV meant to be enjoyed, but I highly recommend it. There's a mystery going on. There's some neat characters. It reminds me so much of something that Stephen King wrote. I had to do a double check. I was like, Stephen King wrote this, right? they did Stephen King better than Stephen King does Stephen King. Like you even have like the inciting incident with a Volkswagen involved right there at the beginning, and the character haunted by the flashbacks with a little bit of ghost stuff going on. And it's like, man, this is Stephen King beat for beat, but it's not. And then you also have like the core concept of the show that I won't spoil too much. That's another Stephen King. He loves that shit. He loves that specific subject matter. All the stuff about loss and regret, family, groupthink, the way that religion can twist people's minds, perception-based information. You know, the way that, like, think about how those first cavemen were down here. They've got their fire at night. Other caveman has his fire at night, and they look in the sky and they say, "Wow, who builds their campfires up there? Who are those people?" And you know that sort of mindset. Like they had this. Okay, lights are campfires. There are lights. Lights must be campfires.
Yeah.
Well, they put things together that way because it was what they knew. They had this framework, and they plugged in outside information into the framework they understood, and they end up with a flawed understanding of reality. And you see that concept repeated later on, and it's a really, really smart, well written, well directed, all the way around. Enjoyed it kind of show.
Well acted. Like there were so many characters. Like Woody, you said there weren't any black characters. The black girl in the wheelchair. She's a very big.
He's a halvesy.
And I like her a lot. She's a very good actress. I like her. But the priest stole the fucking show. He stole the show in most episodes.
Well, Midnight Gospel is pretty good. It's
what's that about?
About that. It's about a podcast that gets animated. I don't know if you guys know anything about that.
No.
But it's a good. It's a good
it's
show.
Really not our subject matter expertise.
It is about that, but it's really good. You should check it out.
I got a couple of those. I got a couple of those animated stories. We should do something with them.
We should upload them or something. Yeah.
I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what. Maybe we just watch them on the show. I don't.
Raise
know.
some money for it. Or something.
Yeah. Let's sell them.
Yeah.
But Fallout, I watched the whole thing, and because like I saw it just, it came across my feed on Twitter and whatnot, like a pretty equal mix.
And you're like, I have 8.5 hours.
Yeah, I've had 8.5. I watched it over the past week or so, and so it was. I didn't like guzzle through it, but I saw a lot of people online being like, oh, this isn't Fallout, or other people saying like, this is the best adaptation of all time, and it was freeing as someone who has so little knowledge or intuition, and I don't know anything about the Fallout universe, just watching it as someone and just being like, I guess whatever this is the lore.
I want 15 seconds before I hand off the floor. I've never played Fallout. I don't know the lore, and I really enjoyed the show. So if anyone out there is in that position, there's my take.
Yeah, it was mostly.
I played Fallout from Fallout 3 onwards. I didn't play the first two. I dabbled after, but I just didn't have the patience for it. Fallout 3 onwards, I thought the show was so good. Leading up to the show, I saw a clip, and it was very just like shitty Disney vibes. It was the Vault Dweller, and she had this thing where she was like, I'm going to assume you're the aggressor. And according to that, and it just felt like TikTok-y, it felt like Disney humor. And I was like, oh, I don't want this.
Yeah, that was a bad
But then when I watched the show, I started watching the show, and right when that raider like wipes his dick after having sex with the main character, and there's weird dark jokes and gore, and just how crazy the the ode to the VATS system, which is the slow aiming where heads blow up and stuff. Now that part that I thought was weird and bad ended up playing in nicely, because Fallout, every game basically has this trope where you start as a vault dweller, except for New Vegas, and you leave the vault and you've lived a coddled life, and now you get out there and people are eating each other and there's ghouls and it's crazy. And the show was good at that. I thought it was so good. And I actually think it might be one of my favorite video game adaptations ever, because like I loved, like there's two types of adaptations basically. There's Last of Us, which I loved. And then there's Halo, the series, which started off, decisions were made. I didn't back it, but where it is now, it's fun. It's a fun show. Halo season 2 was very fun. Not my Halo, whatever. But then there's these two ends where you have Last of Us, where if you've played the game, oh, you don't need to watch the show. It's identical. Identical. And then you have Halo where it's like, oh, you play the game, you might not want to watch the show because it's going to do some crazy shit. But then you have Fallout where there's no main character because you make that person. So there's no attachment to a specific thing quite like there is to the vibe of it and all that. And I thought it was perfect. Like the universe they nailed it. I love that they put money into it and they meant it. I found it funny. And I watched one episode and then I watched the rest of it like the next day and a half. I did sit down and watch like 3.5 hours of Fallout twice. And it was easy.
I know I'm coming from a place of low information, but I think it's kind of neat that they made a new storyline, a new show, obeying the Fallout universe's rules mostly, instead of just retelling the game you saw.
But that's the beauty of Fallout. Also, like the benefit is like, oh, you're gonna tell a Fallout 3 show? Okay, use my character. Like this random dude who literally wore a ghoul mask the entire time and ate dead bodies to lower his karma to crazy levels, who lived in Tenpenny Tower and killed everyone inside and let the ghouls there, who whacks off at the top of Tenpenny Tower with a ghoul mask on. Like,
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just, but I did like how like they like just the character that she like had that weird like thing with her cousin and he was like, you want to make my cock explode? All these things could have been so bad if I saw them as a clip, but in the context of the show, it was fun and funny.
Dude, I love the cock explode thing. Kyle, I'm sorry. Let me let you talk.
No, go ahead.
Oh, so there's this one character who comes from a place of like sex education and sex is somewhat recreational and such. And then there's another character who doesn't even know how his body works. He says his dick gets hard like a pimple and then pops. Like he's just out of it. And she's like, you want to bang? And he's like, oh, like I don't think the guy even kisses. And it was kind of neat to see these two backgrounds meet in the show. And that's all.
And it's also everything's like the I always thought the games about Fallout, the best parts about it were kind of exploring in a weird way American values and things that were important to America and the ideal aspect of America and then the reality of America and all of it kind of being shifted around and played with the bomb. And you meet different people, different factions. Oh, the ghouls are bad. And then you meet ghouls that aren't feral and they could be people. And it was like that. And they always had these, like, there are people in America where sex isn't a big deal at all. And you learn it in sex. And then there are people where like they grew up and it is not discussed at all. That's like a fucking thing you don't talk about. And then having this encounter, it's this exaggerated play on. I always thought, I just felt like the writing was great. Everything was great. And it walked a line because before I saw it, I had no hope. And maybe I'm hyping it up to the people listening too much. I didn't go in with high hopes. I was kind of like, oh, this is going to be so dumb, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was fucking
great.
I
thought the same. I was afraid they were going to ruin another franchise the way the Halo thing just really didn't appeal to me. Maybe the first episode of Halo, I liked a ton. Like I loved that it had the sound effects and the feel and the look. And then Master Chief like takes his helmet off and becomes a rebel. Then he takes his pants off.
He fucks a Covenant
and then
human?
He fucks.
What?
And then I'm like, all right, bro. I Master Chief is hanging dong. That is not the Master Chief I know. Okay, he hasn't even pulled that cod piece off and watered the fucking garden with Cortana's sexy ass in his head all the time. He's certainly not gonna bang some like, half traitor like monster messiah thing or whatever. So that upset me. So the Fallout thing, I came in with low expectations. I watched none of the trailers. And I agree with everything you said. Like you nailed it. The Last of Us thing is a story. It's a very on the rails narrative. So it's easy to adapt and give people what they want as long as you don't change too many things or cast poorly. But Fallout is a make your own story kind of thing. So I'm sure you and I have both played New Vegas. Who won in your playthrough? You know, who did you side with?
I've played
it's always different.
Dozens of hours of every Fallout game.
Yeah.
I never beat a single one.
Oh no.
It is the most sidetracked fucking game of all time. Like when I told you about my Fallout 3 character, that's where I stopped. Living in Tenpenny Tower, wearing a ghoul mask, eating people's bodies. That's where my game ended.
When you play games,
we want to find my dad never mattered anymore.
If I played Fallout, I would try to minimize the number of steps my character took.
I do that now. Now I'm like, if I want to beat this, like I can't get sidetracked because I was always a completionist at heart, and I just don't have the time anymore. Like I can't, but back then, like I never Fallout 4, also a ton of hours. Fallout New Vegas, a ton of hours. Never beat them.
I don't know if it's too early to change the topic, but there are 7 video game TV shows coming up. I'm kind of excited for some.
Which games? Do you have a list or anything?
Yeah,
I do. My wife actually brought it up as a show topic.
Yeah, I'm actually
shout out
curious.
Jackie.
So first one is BioShock. And these are, by the way, like greenlit. These are all.
Who's making them? Do you have that info?
What sucks for BioShock is my hopes are high now because of Fallout.
Yeah,
like, and I hold those games like very high in my mind. So
BioShock is top tier of video game stories as well. Like, it's very good.
So Netflix confirmed BioShock, so I know that one.
Okay,
another one coming up, Gears of War. Netflix confirmed that one too, and it's officially in development. Another one.
Can we take a second? By the way,
yes, please.
And cast that. Who are you putting as Marcus Phoenix?
John Travolta.
No,
no, that's not. If he was younger,
he's got to be Jack.
Fine.
Why does he have to be Jack? Whoever it is,
Timothy Chalamet as Dom.
Because he's going to take the suit off sometime.
I need an assist. Kyle, do you know the actor who plays Jack Reacher?
I don't know his real name.
But then that guy would be interesting in that show.
It's just a head in a CGI suit. They're so big. They're gonna be in a suit. They're gonna be like an Iron Man
Reacher could just be a guy in it. He's big enough. That guy.
So you need somebody with a big neck. You need like anybody with a big neck and a big head can play this character. I feel.
Batista. Okay. Yeah,
Batista. Look,
I'm just thinking physically. He's got a big head. He's got a big neck. He's jacked.
He's got that wrinkly head thing, though. It grosses me out.
What's he look like now, though?
My buddy said and it's true. He says he always looks like he's upside down underwater. His face.
You're right. So the next one's
and
Alan
HBO
Wake.
Did Last of Us. It's good.
There's 2 more. Alan Wake. AMC.
When I play a game that's exactly like a movie on so many levels, but it has this aspect of a game that makes it extra interesting, I can't get excited for the show really. Like Alan Wake, like I love that game, but I'm not like, oh, I want to watch the show. The game's like a show, except you could play it also. Like BioShock, that I'm like, how are you going to translate Rapture to a TV show? That's interesting. Or Fallout, it's interesting to see some of these come to life being inside a vault.
Fallout's a series where Fallout is more of a setting than a story.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it lends itself to infinite seasons and spin-offs. You could, if it keeps doing well, 5 years from now, there will be like Fallout Atlanta, Fallout.
Or you can do Fallout same place 300 years after. Like there's so many.
You just bounce around the timeline too. This is like 15 or 20 years after 4, I think. I saw a timeline somewhere, and then Todd Howard had some statements on the timeline today. I think on Twitter.
Statements.
What was he talking about? He didn't like the show.
Well, he created it.
I thought he created the game.
He did that too.
Oh,
he would never tell you he didn't like something. Something he created, by the way.
He's one of those guys with the tiny futuristic microphone who stands on stage and goes, Fallout. It just works. And he has those big, like, he's
got a shirt tucked into jeans.
Probably.
Yeah, but definitely brown leather jacket on top of it.
But he sort of clarified the timeline a little bit, because I think when some people saw there's a chalkboard at one point that Goosey is looking at, and some people misunderstood the chalkboard of the timeline, because it says like Shady Sands and then an arrow to a nuclear explosion, and I don't know. I think some people online were misreading it and then thinking they had broken lore. They did break lore a little bit here and
Shady
there.
Sands in the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay.
It almost certainly
I think it is. All right. Was it last game? Huge, but I've never played it. God of War.
That'd be fun.
Ooh, who's making it?
Oh, stand by. Amazon Prime.
Oh, who's going to play Kratos? I want Jason Statham.
Timothy Chalamet.
Ooh.
Jason Statham isn't jacked enough.
He could be.
He could be. You're trying to drag me into.
Yeah, they don't have any.
You want Kratos to sound like Elvis at all? Because
what about
Austin
the guy
Butler
who played?
Would be great.
Remember the guy who played Ragnar in Vikings? Like, that guy looks like him. He's a little old now, though.
Okay, that's actually pretty.
How about that UFC fighter from UFC 300 with the red shorts, the Viking dude? Oh, with the samurai dude.
Oh, Yuri
Honestly, I think Kratos should be black.
No,
you're painting him white.
How woke of you?
Nah, he's got to be Greek, and he's got to have a tenuous grasp of English.
I'm actually with you on this. I
He's
think
got to be fully Greek.
I think you're right. I think Kratos should. Well, he's voiced by that big, giant, blackish colored man. I don't know what
Darth
he is.
Vader it.
Darth Vader. Wait, what do you want to do here? You want to use a black voice on a white man?
That's what they did. Wait.
It is. You're correct.
That's what they did to Darth Vader.
Darth Vadering it. I'm just clarifying. All right. So Jason Statham, but with Jamie Foxx's voice.
Yeah, what about Morgan Freeman's voice?
No, get that. I don't know if you guys saw Halo season 2, but the gay blind Spartan. The gay blind Spartan. He's like albino black guy. Just that type of vibe would be great. Like a white black man.
A
black man with white skin. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, an albino black man. An African albino.
Yeah. They're tough to come by.
Pink eyes.
Yeah, we also need it to be an actor and very jacked.
It has to be jacked. Has to be an actor. It has to be a black albino African who's Greek.
Maybe we can.
They shouldn't let us cast this.
Can you infect someone with that?
We'd all be starring.
No, I'm Kratos.
Whoever it is, they're gonna have makeup on. They have to have makeup on for the most of it, because
it's a dark show. If you guys out there watch it, it's fucking awful.
Yeah, if you feel like your life is in a downturn right now, or you're in like one of those lulls before the rising hill, turn on Oz. Within, I'll say, 5 to 8 minutes, you're going to be like, you know what? Life's all right. It's okay. How many times have I been raped this week? Probably 0. Hopefully 0. How many times have you had an unwilling tattoo? 0.
I watched 4 hours of Oz in one sitting, and I got up and I walked outside, and I just looked up at the sun and went,
right?
That's so nice to be out here in this fresh air, even though it's hot as hell. You know, I can fucking do that. Those fucking motherfuckers have been in holes for years and years and had their hopes and dreams ripped out of them one by one, like fucking Mortal Kombat finishers. It's awful. It's awful. That it's like Game of Thrones, but there's at no point are there any like hot chicks or fun adventures. There's no dragons. There's 0 magic. There's just people you like having horrible things happen to them, and people you don't like also having horrible things done to them.
Have you guys, dude? I don't want to go to prison at all. Not at all. I think I'd be bad at it. You know, like I'm sure everybody thinks of themselves as Billy Badass, but then what was the gentleman's name? He might be African. That was
Adebisi.
Adebisi.
Nigerian.
He's Nigerian. Okay, yeah. So there's this Nigerian guy who, look, I don't know how tough you are, but I bet Adebisi can beat you up, right? Listener, I'm talking to. Adebisi is what, 6'5" and full of muscle, and
a crazy person, which is scarier than any physical trait, because it could be like a little wiry guy, but if he's crazy, it's like that guy can kill you with a sharpened toothbrush standing behind you just as easily as a jacked guy. So I feel like being crazy would be a good defense strategy, but even then it'd be hard to fake crazy.
He will beat up your backup and then butt fuck you in the kitchen.
Yes,
that's what Adebisi will do to you.
Yeah, and Adebisi, I don't know if he'd consider himself gay, but he sure likes fucking men, right? So that's a thing that you have to.
Oh, he's not gay. I do the fucking. I make them gay.
It's a huge amount of homophobia for people who are regularly fucking other men.
They're like, yeah, even the have a group. Hey, don't let that boxer beat us. Meanwhile, like the night before, he's making out passionately with another man and then like fucking that guy in the ass or something. Like they're not just, it's not just like hand jobs and like awkward oral. These guys are like really getting into it in a lot of situations. Like I don't know, you put me in there for 30 years, we're gonna have to make something happen. It's like, all right, get down there. I'll look this way, and you just don't look anywhere, and we'll figure this out. But these guys are just like, yeah, they're really making out. It's passionate sometimes, and there is more dick in that show. If there's anyone out there and you haven't pulled the trigger on watching Oz yet, there's more cock in that show than in Wings of Redemption's backyard ever had.
It reminds me of my old hockey locker room days.
Really? It had that much cock? Because there's 10 cocks in an episode. 10 cocks. I have seen every guy. I can remember. I know who's got the biggest cock.
Really? No, yeah. If you play on an ice hockey team, you'll see everybody's cock by week 2. Like
Keller, the Stabler from Law and Order SUV, biggest cock. Smallest cock is that guy from Dexter who played like the big fat Spanish detective in Dexter.
Oh yeah, he's the Hispanic guy, the leader.
And he's the big kind of chubby Spanish leader in Oz. Very small penis. And he has this long hallway scene where he walks toward the camera and his dick they added, it's like 3 or 4 seconds of just this, and it's just his cock, just like doing this.
Is it doing that thing like that small dicks do, where like your balls are there and the penis is kind of just like slapping the top of the balls?
It's up on top of the balls. It can't see over them. It's sitting on top. Although I mean, mine would probably be pretty fucking tiny if I'm naked and being sent to the hole, right?
Might not be your best moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, he's not being sent to the hole. He's an actor in a warm studio, and he probably like gave it a quick tug before the cameras went on. So judge him that way.
Lord
Don't judge him as
if I was in that position, I'd be semi, but for sure, yeah.
It would go up. It would go inside you. It would just.
I would make sure that I was representing the best version of me.
You look down at your cock. It's like popped back into your body. You're like, God, I wish I could do that.
I'm going to the hole, and so is it. Yeah. Well, so you give first place to the SVU guy.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Last place to I don't remember he is an Alvarez.
Right.
Alvarez is the maniac.
Who
stabs people. But anyway, we should stop odds. We talked about
has a very small penis as well.
Cancer.
Did you see the Tyrion Lannister cameo?
Yes.
In
Yes, the Peter Dinklage one. So basically, in Oz, they have little flashbacks where it'll show like a new character, and they'll be like, Adabisi, convicted, 1997, crime, manslaughter in the 2nd degree, and it'll show this guy like holding a dwarf like over the corner of a building, and you look at him, and I was watching, I'm like, that's fucking Peter Dinklage. And he's just squirming around, like trying to get help, and then he just gets thrown off the building. And it's made in like 1999, and so it's not Peter Dinklage's body falling. It's a completely stiff doll, just kind of careening through the air in a way that physics would not allow for a human body.
And it's a child-sized doll because it's Peter Dinklage. Yeah, he just got this little bitty cameo where they show the flashback of like the guy committing his murder, and all you see is Oz.
This is Oz, yeah.
Oh.
Like his part was so little, he was like victim 3 or something.
Yeah. But they throw Dinklage off the roof, and he's like, no, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I liked Ed Norton in American History X, Moon. Man, even now looking back at American History X, when he played an actual white supremacist, like he still not as bad as J.K. Simmons in Oz. Not even close.
No. J.K. Simmons is fucking terrifying. Oh, I wanted to talk about this. Did you notice how bulked up J.K. Simmons got between like season 2 and 6?
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons has like a beer belt. Like he's an overweight, late 40s, early 50s man. And in the first, like in the second season, definitely. By the end, he looks like an Aryan. Like he looks like fucking Aryan Brotherhood. He is bulked up. Like his arms are big. He's benching 235 over there for reps. Like he's gotten big and like legitimately intimidating.
Yeah.
Because at first it was like I was like, I think I might be able to beat up J.K. Simmons, especially if I catch him off guard. I can knock this guy the fuck out. And then I start seeing like by the end he's over there. Just spot me, fucking pussy. And I'm just like, Jesus, he got huge. It happened out of nowhere. I just noticed it all of a sudden, and he was big.
I've been watching Oz. I missed some of the details because I like watch it as I fall asleep. But I don't know. It's a hard show to watch.
I don't recommend it.
I do.
I mean, I do literally, but I don't think that anyone who wants to enjoy a show should watch it unless you really are going to enjoy like it's chaos and it's violence and it's gore at its core. There's other stuff going on, but there's a lot of chaos and there's a lot of violence and it's very unpredictable. I'm almost done. I've literally got 30 minutes left in the whole thing.
Was he in 300? Like that guy's absurd looking.
He should have been. He would have kicked Gerard Butler right out of there.
I like Gerard Butler. He made so many movies. After 300, like I was of an age where I was like, Gerard Butler, he's my guy now. I'll think good things for him going forward. I bet he'll make more good movies. And he just made one shitty movie after another. He made that White House Down movie. Every now and then Hollywood will duplicate a script. The same 2 movies the same year about the White House going down and the president needing
like
to be saved
Transmorphers
or whatever. Yeah. I got paid like a large sum of money by those people to make a video for them. But then there was a school like the week my video was supposed to go live. So they were like, you keep the money, don't mention us.
Damn. Make it out like video, Froggy Fresh over here.
and so instead of my video being called White House Down Presents, it's called Weapons of the Secret Service or Secret Service Weaponry or some shit like that. Because I gotta explain, why am I wearing a goddamn suit? Like why am I acting like a fucking Secret Service?
Why do I have a bald cap on?
No, that was a different. No, that was fucking
Hitman.
Hitman. Yeah, that was ridiculous. My mother didn't recognize me when I went to her school. I like peeked in her room. It's like, hello. She's like, hello, sir. Can I help you? I was like, mother, it's me. That was great.
God,
that thing.
You?
I can't remember what that cost to get put on. That bald cap. I had somebody. He worked on Walking Dead. I remember that now. He came to my house in Gumlog and put the whole thing on and airbrushed it in and everything. He had that disease that Susan Sarandon has, where you have that bug eye thing.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
Did it upset you, or that's just what you remember?
No, but he mentioned, he's like, I have the Susan Sarandon bug eye disease, as he's like fixing my head up and everything. He was a real chill guy. Like he was telling me stories about working on The Walking Dead, and this is when Walking Dead was like in its heyday. This is 2012 or something.
Damn. So you still had high hopes for that show?
Dude, I had high hopes for that show. I used to go to watching parties for that show. I used to show up to events for that goddamn show with people with hushed awe as that shit would debut for us. That's top 3 most disappointing pieces of media all time. I'll tell you what number 1 is. It's Deadwood. I'm rewatching Deadwood right now. It's the Western about Deadwood, Montana, I think. It's incredible.
That sounds right.
The language is it has its own very eloquent but crude old-timey language they use. They're very verbose. Even the dumbest of characters are well spoken in their own kind of way. And it's really good. Love Deadwood. But as you fall in love with it, just know they got canceled at the last season and they were unable to. They were like edging you. They're edging you, and it's time to come. Okay. Because here's what happens. All of the good guys get together for the first time ever, because this is a rough and rowdy bunch. We all have different ideas about the way things should be. They all get together and solidify against the big bad, who's outside influence wanting to steal our land and gold. He's got an army of shooters coming. So all of our badass good guys, Legolas and Gimli, the whole crowd is there. They're showing up, and then they got canceled. So the next episode, they're like, the good guys are like, well, I'll be moving on then. And they're like right away in a stagecoach, and you're like, whoa, what happened? There was supposed to be a fight, like a Death Star type scene was coming.
If you're watching semi-shitty, unfinished TV shows from 15 years ago, maybe check out Wednesday. You haven't seen it yet. It's fun.
Ooh, no thanks.
Oh, I watched that. The Addams Family show? The Addams Family one?
Good.
That's what we're talking about?
Family.
Oh, yeah, it was fine. It was good. I didn't regret that. I didn't regret watching that. I like that.
Doesn't sound like an endorsement, though. You didn't regret it.
Well, because for me, like, there's so much TV these days, I can't say to anyone to watch anything unless you've seen Succession and you're caught up on Succession.
That's the one.
I tried watching that and I couldn't get into it. The dialogue is so,
said that, so I didn't watch it.
It only gets better.
The way that Brian Cox, who I like a lot, the way that he and his like children communicate is so jarring, disjointed, and unnatural that it takes me out of it.
You say it only gets better. Is that kind of accepted by the fan base that maybe the early episodes of the first season haven't hit that tone yet? Because
I don't talk to these fucking idiots on the internet anymore about their opinions on shit.
You're doing it right now.
Well, let me say,
but I know you guys.
From my point of view,
from the internet. I mean, here we are.
From my point of view, if I were trying to get somebody into like fucking Star Trek: The Next Generation, my favorite TV show, I would say First 2 seasons, they haven't really figured out what's going on yet. Skip season 3, and then when you circle back, you'll love the characters already. So you'll let it go. What happens in season 1 and 2? All the weird shit.
Season 1, I think, is still good. I still think season 1 is very good.
Succession.
I do think Taylor's point also holds up. Their means of communication is really just like, I've met a couple people that are almost like this, that speak in a way that like people that I've met in Hollywood, agents. I'd be like, hey man, what's up? How you doing? How are things? Powering through on the grind, always making things happen because the grind don't stop 24/7. And you're like, yeah, sure. Yeah. How's the family? The fam jams doing their thing that they always do, being the fam. And me, I'm a dad holding it. And it's like everything is a fucking saying or an analogy or it's everything. And I'm like, anyways, yeah, just wanted to call. Yeah, hey bro, appreciate you touching base. I'm gonna circle back when I come back up for air. And it's like, bro, just fucking speak.
Yeah, speak normally.
But they're kind of only in professional settings and they work with their family. So they get this like really dramatic, hard ass, blunt, super rich, cocky type of thing that comes off like, what's his name writes like that, like on the West Wing, where it's like everything's like the next sentence everyone has the best sentence response back. Yeah. Everyone has a fucking line.
I love the West Wing.
Yeah, well, I think it's a little like that. If you could bear that, I think you would like this.
Oh, I love that. If it
gets better, it's even better, and the characters are really, really good. They're really.
I like smart, snappy dialogue that
Gilmore
takes me.
And that show with Katie Holmes from ages ago was like that. What was it called?
Yeah, Katie Holmes.
She was a teenager. Dawson's Creek and Gilmore Girls both had like perfect, snappy, on like over the top. No one's this clever dialogue, but I kind of enjoyed it anyway.
Yeah.
West Wing. Succession's. But if I wanted to get someone into Succession, what I usually say is it's better than Breaking Bad.
Oh,
what?
Yeah, and I do believe that, and I always say that. I'm like, I think it's a better show than Breaking Bad.
I've only seen Breaking Bad once. It would infuriate me to go back and watch it again because there are times when I hate Skyler so much, and I hate his family so much for not just getting on board with. Look,
yeah, he's cool.
If I had someone, you know what I mean. I know he's
the family stuff.
I know he's the bad guy.
No, if he were making $300 a month selling meth, yeah, that'd be lame. But
first of all, I'm imagining he's my father. So you all imagine that he's your father. Now imagine not only is he your father, but he's the smartest guy you've ever met. And not only is he the smartest guy you've ever met, he might be the smartest guy most people have ever met. Your dad's a certified fucking genius,
and he's got pizza on the roof.
An artist.
It's like, wait a minute, like maybe for a second I should stop fucking around and listen to what Dad wants. He did give me that car. It's like, bro, you're a child.
No,
maybe
Dad, I can't believe you've been selling meth.
I would have if I'm his frumpy chubby wife or his handicapped son. When my genius dad comes clean, I'm like, Father, you will know best. I can only trust in you to lead us through this. And tell me what I need. How can I make this easier? What do you need from me? What do you need from me? No one ever
quality
said
testing.
That.
I'm in.
No one ever said anything like that. When they hear Uncle Hank is dead, the wife immediately is like, oh, well then Walt is dead to me. That's your husband. You should be like, all right, what do we do now? By the way, Marie's here. I've been letting her listen to the call. We got to deal with her. She'd be killing Marie right there. She should be with Hank. She should be with fucking Walt. I don't understand why everybody.
He should send her to Hank.
He should send her to Hank. Yeah. That's what I would have set that up with Walt. That's how that phone call would have really gone. She'd be like, yeah, tell Marie she can see Hank. He's here with me. Bring her here. And then they should have offed Marie in the desert next to Hank, and then they can take on the FBI and those white supremacists, get our money back.
That would have helped.
I'd have dropped that kid long ago, though.
I don't recall the white supremacist point. I think it was cartels, but
no.
The Pal's right. There were white supremacists in the show.
Yeah, they're the main problem at the end.
Yeah,
I forgot about the guy. I forgot they were also white supremacists.
The one where he says, you know my name, say it, say my name. Like you're Heisenberg, you're goddamn right. That's
that was a different gang guy. This was the uncle gang, the uncle group of that redhead guy who's Fat Damon.
Is it mist or cyst?
I said it wrong. It's cyst.
Okay. I
What's
wasn't
the
sure.
plural?
I prefer the shorter
Supremacists.
version. The supremacies.
That's not shorter.
Supremacy.
Or
Well,
just supreme.
I think it's called probably just. I'll never rewatch that show just because I'll be frustrated rewatching Breaking Bad.
I'm not excited to look at the family stuff again, really. But I did rewatch Succession. I thought it was much better the second watch. The things that I were kind of like not really picking up on the first time around, I thought were really good the second time around.
I'll give it a try because I do need a new show. I am watching an old ass show that has a bad ending, but I'm telling you, it's really fucking good.
What show? It lasts. Deadwood.
Deadwood.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're just talking about that.
Yeah, but yeah, I need something new. I'm not watching any more of that Star Wars nonsense. I'm done.
Do you
with
guys watch
Mando.
Atlanta?
I haven't heard of it.
Atlanta's the Donald Glover show.
I'm not familiar with it.
We're awful.
It's black, so I'm not surprised.
I know all about Atlanta. I choose not to watch it. We're all very white here, Carly.
It is. You know what it is? It's a really good
like
show, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes there's
exactly like King of the Hill.
It has a few like anthology style episodes that aren't really sequential or part of the story that kind of play out like kind of like a Black Mirror type vibe, but it's racially oriented. It is, but it is honestly, it's better than Breaking Bad.
But I'm very
There's no way it's better than Breaking Bad.
I think it's just as good. I do. It's an incredible
maybe I
show.
like Breaking
You
Bad.
might just have a low opinion of Breaking Bad. You're just like, oh, yeah, it's better.
I
than
have a
Breaking
good
Bad.
opinion of Breaking Bad. I think Breaking Bad. I think Breaking Bad starts off very well, and most importantly, ends perfectly. So perfectly that I actually never watched all. It's all about Saul because I actually thought Breaking Bad was so perfect. I was like, I like that. I don't want to have a bad feeling. And now I have friends call me up and they're like, bro, I hate to tell you, it's better than Breaking Bad. That's literally what I hear, and I'm like, is it actually? People are like, yeah, it is. It's actually better than.
What did you think about?
Did
you see the deep fake? Or I wouldn't say deep fake, but the Super Bowl commercial with Walter White and Jesse cooking up the chips and everything. DH
No, I didn't. I didn't.
I didn't realize that they did that.
Yeah, they're tremendously de-aged. Their heads didn't look like they fit their bodies quite right.
It's always a little weird, eh? A little touch.
It reminded me.
They're not that much older than they were then.
Yeah, they are.
When was it? Like 2010?
Yeah, it's like 15
maybe even
years.
before. Oh, okay, 15 years.
Yeah, but I mean, he was an older guy. And how old's who plays Walter White?
Jesse Pinkman.
No, Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. Thank you. Yeah. He's
The
got to be in the 60s.
When I watched those two, I thought that Bryan Cranston was fine because he always played an old person, right? Like you can go from 55 to 65 or whatever he did, and still roughly get away with 55 if you try. But at what's Jesse Pinkman's actor's name? Aaron Paul, right? Aaron Paul, those years, you can't undo. You can't be like 35 and play 25. Like they're just.
Oh yeah. Oh, not yet. Here's what's coming. I want to talk about this. This is the future. We're gonna get a fucking de-aged William Shatner Captain Kirk TV show. Mark my words, it's fucking coming.
Do you want
fucking
that?
Coming? Oh, I want it so bad.
How can
I want it so bad.
He's huge now. He's fat.
He'll be completely defaked. He won't be there, just like that. Bruce Willis commercial. Yeah,
I get it.
They've got so much of him. They can just take his voice and they could do that Mark Hamill thing they did in Mando.